What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of After Hours. I'm Anton with my girl Molly, Q, Diddy, Carrie, Slimmy, and Kim. What up, y'all? How y'all feel?
What's popping?
Hey.
How
What's
was y'all day
going
today?
on? What's good? What up, though?
Good week so far. Bad week. What's been happening?
Ain't a good
And it's
week.
only Tuesday.
I had
Ain't a good week.
had an awkward encounter with the girl who wouldn't let me hit back in the day.
Was it awkward because of back in the day or because of the actual encounter?
It was awkward. I saw her. I was going to get my I don't know if y'all know, even though that I'm losing weight at a Jurassic pace, I eat pizza almost every day. So I was going to get my pizza from the gas station, and I seen this girl, and she was like, "Quentin." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then she automatically started explaining to me why she fat and why she worked at the gas station. Like I didn't even fucking ask. Because I know I lost weight since college. And she was like, my job. And I was like, this shit is awkward.
Do y'all ever run into people like that y'all graduated with or whatever?
No.
Oh yeah. Cleveland small. You run into him. Yeah, I ran into some over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I was at a little sports bar watching the what was I watching? I was watching the Cavs game.
That had to be miserable.
No, that was last weekend, not the one that just passed.
Oh,
But
okay.
this one we won. The one that we won. No, actually, hold on. Yeah, that's the one that we won. We blew them out real bad. But yeah, it was a few guys I went to high school with. I was there. You know, you run into people. I run into people all the time. So I hadn't seen him for like shit. Man, fuck.
What
15
did y'all
years?
think about if y'all had a chance to check out any part of it? What do y'all think about the show last night?
What show?
I got to stand up for Jazz, and I don't like the way she was treated. And I think that woman, y'all poked the bear. It's like I see her trying to come in on some normal stuff, and y'all are like, we gonna get that shit. We gonna get it out of you.
Who was it? We? I was just sitting there.
Just people.
No, don't do that. No, you gotta be 100. You gotta be 100.
I think the first lady who poked the bear was Ava poked the bear first.
We gotta put them
on.
on.
And then Molly was like, I'm here for it.
No, that's not true.
Nah,
It was subliminal shots. And as a woman, I understand when a woman is being
It's being what?
catty. Y'all missed it.
but
I
when
don't
it
miss
comes to
it.
you and
Well, I
Jazz,
watched it
I'm
from
not
the
about to. I'm
beginning.
not about to
no,
talk about.
when it comes
I'm
to
not
you
about to
and
talk about
Jasmine,
nobody
I'm
though.
cool. Like that's funny as cool. It's that Ava shit where she just went off, nigga. She couldn't breathe, nigga. I could smell her breath through the microphone. It was that
Nah,
shit.
man. Nah, yeah. Ava was on
Nigga,
a
she was screaming.
Ava
thousand.
She was
wasn't. She wasn't
stuttering. I
lying
was like,
though.
what is going on?
She wasn't lying.
It was some things I didn't agree
Everybody
with.
is sick of black women's stuff.
Yours included.
Sick. Why can loud and wrong black women always state their opinion and nobody else can?
What do you mean? Ava's
Nobody's
a black woman.
intimidated.
Ava's a black woman. Is she black?
I'm not talking about her though. She was making the point I'm trying to make. Like, can't tell nobody nothing. I'm not talking about Ava.
Well, I mean, it's contradictory to say that the way she was ranting yesterday. That's all I'm saying. It don't look good. It don't look good if you're ranting too, and you're ranting for making the case for somebody else. That don't look
I
good.
don't think she was lying though. She wasn't acting like a victim.
I Who's acting
Loud
like a
and
victim?
having a victim mindset. Ava was not. That's what I'm saying. She was not acting like a victim. She was not making excuses.
I
It
think
doesn't.
I think at
It,
some point,
And
if
she's
I'm
it
from the
being
doesn't
East
honest,
Coast.
matter.
They like default language is yelling. So I don't. You can't fault her for that.
I think
No, you can't excuse it
I
though.
think if an outsider that's never watched Anton's show would have stepped into what they saw last night, the sentiment is what is all these coon black niggas that like fucking Zaddy talking about. That's the vibes I got. Fucking black people ain't shit. Blah blah blah. That's the vibes I got about the show last night.
Yeah, but what
I
I
take
would
it
That's the
differently.
show every week.
No, I think I observed it differently because I had an opportunity to kind of sit back a little more yesterday, and I intentionally was letting people get their stuff off and stuff like that. I don't think so. I think that the vibe that I got last night is that there are people that will go against the code in order to tell the truth. Because I think that the theme last night was, when are we going to take accountability, and at what point will we stop being victims? And I think that it was some, if you look at it from Jazz's perspective, it was completely different than looking at it from Molly and Ava's perspective versus the other. I forgot what the other woman's name was, because really it didn't start with Jazz. It started with the other girl.
Yeah, Janae.
Back and forth. I don't.
Yeah,
Was
Janae. It started with Janae.
Yeah, it was started with Janae, and Ava and Janae was going back and forth. I think that if you're looking at it objectively and you're not from the culture and you was watching last night's show, I think it was kind of refreshing. It was volatile, but it was kind of refreshing because you don't see people just pandering to the agenda, and you got people on different sides. That's the vibe that I got from it. And if you listen, and if you looked at the chat along with the show, the chat was on Ava's side. The chat wasn't on the pro-black
Well,
side.
it's not even about that. The thing about the show last night was like you two have far. There's no one in the middle. Jazz was to far right, and everybody else was to. There was no one.
I was in the middle.
Well,
I
you
was
didn't
in the
really
middle.
talk. You weren't really about shit last night, Anton.
I did. I talked. I said, you know what? I said
You
both
don't
is true.
count. You don't count, Anton.
I said both is true. I said it was wrong for the woman to call that kid out of their name, and at the same time, you know, we are wrong because we don't hold ourselves accountable, and we always looking at it from a victim perspective. I was very much in the middle.
Yeah, well, so what I disagree with everybody about is like kid, like I do agree with what Jerry was saying. Kids is off limits. I don't give a fuck with nobody. And I'm gonna say this because every day when I pull up to a certain stop, it's a little girl. She get on the bus and she act like she playing hide and seek, and she got her eyes closed, and you forget how precious children are, how precious a child is, and the whole argument is because a woman decided that she was going to call a child a
I
nigga.
disagree, Slimmy.
What's there to disagree about?
I don't think that kids are precious once they start being raised by demons. And so
No,
you gotta
no. That's
remember that
very much true.
the kid was stealing.
Wait, what?
The kid was stealing the woman's stuff, and that's why she went off on him in the first place. And so I think that kids are a reflection of their parents. They're precious when they're born, but they're not precious once they start to grow up, because then they start to espouse the same sentiments or the same situations that their parents have taught them. So I don't look at kids past a certain age as
How
precious.
old was
I be
this
looking at
baby
them kids
that
like,
we're
you
talking
bad as
about?
hell.
How old was that kid that got called the N-word?
I have no idea. I don't know the details of it. First time I ever heard about it, or that I actually seen a discussion about it, was last night.
So I didn't see it, but I think it's easy to say kids are off limits until a kid does something to your kid and fuck that kid.
Well, we're not talking about a kid attacking a child. That's something totally different.
Well, I'm just
But
saying,
a 5-year-old,
blatant
but
statement
they're
that-
saying it's a 5-year-old autistic kid. I don't.
How do they know?
That's what they saying.
I don't care what they saying. How do they know? Niggas are saying anything.
Mhm.
People saying
I don't
anything.
know if it's a story. If it's a story, I mean, they're gonna know about the
Listen,
child.
I don't care who it is. Where was their parents?
That's the question though, too. Where was the parents?
So that means that the parents was neglectful because they wasn't even anywhere to be found in the first place.
Hmm.
If your kid is 5 and autistic, then you should be right there with them the whole time that they out there on the playground.
Fact.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say that a 5-year-old autistic child, they could have just been
How
rummaging
do
through
we
some
know,
stuff.
bro?
They could have.
I'm so tired of people using that label. Everybody ain't autistic. Your kid just can't read, fam.
No, don't be like that, man. No.
No, everybody is not. Everybody got ADHD. Everybody can't read no more. Everybody autistic. Everybody on the spectrum.
Well, the
Come
thing
on,
is, though,
dog.
we don't know that.
For it, bro.
We don't.
I'm not
we
going
don't.
for it, bro.
No, well, it you don't have to. You don't have to. But the thing is, though, that shit's still uncalled for. I'm sorry, man. Like that shit is
Oh, your
ignorant as
kid
fuck.
don't know. Your kid can steal because they autistic.
I'm not saying that. I'm not absolving the kid from stealing. All I'm saying is you don't have to use no derogatory slang.
I
You could have just
agree.
been like, "What?
Two
You a
things to
thieving
be-
ass little boy? You
No,
thieving?"
no, Slimmy, you moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. What I'm saying
You
is
are.
what I would say, I'll be like, get your big head ass out of here. I'm not gonna call him a nigga.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm not gonna call no, I'm not gonna call
it.
it. Hold on, wait. I'm not gonna call no thieving ass white child a cracker. Get your cracker ass up out of here. I'm not gonna do that.
Slimmy, but we
It's a
already
kid.
established that. No, Slimmy, you moving the goalpost.
How?
Because we've established that was wrong. I said it last night on the show. I said he shouldn't have been called that. What I'm saying is that every kid is not innocent. You said, "Oh, I look at all kids as precious."
No. Wait. Well, don't do that.
No,
I said,
Slimmy, that's what
forgot.
you said.
I said I forgot how precious children are. I forgot how precious children are. So kids are off limits. And then using the derogatory term and
you know why
extremely
kids was more well behaved and they wasn't labeled as autistic back in the day?
Because they door neighbor could kick their ass.
because the neighbors and the teachers were able to say something to them and discipline them accordingly. And now,
I grew up in that shit. I got whooped by my neighbors before, so I know.
Okay, so you understand it then. And again, two things can be true at the same time. I'm not saying it is valid to call them the N-word. What I am saying is that kids are bad as fuck. They're not as precious as we like to make them out to be. They bad as hell. And we keep on acting like it's an excuse for these motherfuckers to be stealing, being bad, being terrorists inside of the community, and then they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be stealing shit out of your hubcaps. So
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with that 1,000%.
I don't look at these kids as precious. I look at them as little demons because their parents is demons and their parents put it into them to be demons.
I'm gonna say this. I agree that the thing is, I don't think there's a such thing as a bad kid. I think there are bad parents. What? That's my thing. I think there are no bad kids. There are bad parents. They're bad parents because of bad parents.
All right, so Slimmy is okay. How old? Up to what age are you a kid?
7.
No.
So at 8.
So what age aren't you a kid?
So after 8, they're no longer a kid.
you talking about as far as absolving them of responsibility of what they're
Correct.
doing, right?
Correct.
I'll say 8 years old. You've learned everything by 8 years old. You learned what you shouldn't do. Now we're not talking about sexual shit, but you know what you can
We're
and
not talking
can't
about
do
no
as a
sexual.
child.
We're just talking about in general.
Yeah, once you 8 years old, you know you ain't supposed to wander off. You know you're not supposed to. You know you're not supposed to take stuff. You know you're not supposed to be hitting nobody. Like 8 years old, you know all this stuff.
Okay. Cool. I'm just asking.
But the thing is, though, my point is, a racial slur for a 5-year-old, I'm cool.
Let
Like
me,
that
can I ask
woman.
you a question?
Go ahead.
What would be the difference between a black person being mad at their child and calling them the N-word?
I don't agree with no. I was telling your car earlier. I don't agree with nobody said calling their child no nigga. That's
Okay, because I'm gonna
insane.
say it happens a
You
lot.
a motherfucking fool.
Black kids
I
are
don't.
used to hearing
I'm gonna keep it
themselves being
100 with
called the
you.
N-word
I don't
a
believe
lot more
it.
by black people than white
Yeah.
people.
Well, yeah. But so it's gonna be way more inflammatory when they don't look like you. It's gonna
But if
sting
it's
a
gonna
lot
be
more.
toterated, it just needs to
I'm
be tolerated.
I'm
If
not.
you
Hey,
an N-word,
listen.
you an
I
N-word, and
wait
it
wait
shouldn't
wait
matter
wait.
who you
I'm
an N-word
somebody. I'm
to.
somebody who says like black people probably should get rid of the word, even though I do use it. Black people should probably get rid of that shit because it has too much power over people. Like it don't have no power. I'm not crashing out over that. I'm not busting nobody's face up because they call me a nigga. I'm gonna laugh at you and say, well, you probably won. You know what I'm saying? Because it really just means an ignorant person. It's not black, but we like to take on things that have negative connotation and turn it into something else. But my thing is though,
We pick and choose what we want to be upset about.
well, this is one of them things that I would be upset. You call my kid a nigga, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, what's going on here? You can't do that. I'm not gonna put my hands on you, but it's
Did the
gonna be a
parents say
problem.
that though?
Now,
I mean,
Are you gonna
huh?
also discipline your kid from stealing out of their
Oh,
stuff?
my kid gonna know not to do no shit like that.
Well, then they're not gonna get caught that in the first place, right?
I'm just saying it
I'm
it
just
you
saying
can't.
too.
I'm just saying if it takes place, if something took place where my child was being called a nigga,
Mm-hmm.
I'm confronting that person immediately.
Fair
Like, yo,
enough, and I think
you
that
out of
that's fine.
control.
But what I'm also saying, listen, nobody is disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is, where is the accountability? Because what I see, and let's be clear, I go to the schools and I speak at the schools. I deal with these bad ass kids. I talk to the elementary schools. I talk to
regardless of their upbringing.
I talk to the middle schoolers and I talk to high schoolers. I have people that bring me in to go and show them and talk to them and have a conversation with them. And we do the career days and we speak to these kids on a regular basis. These kids is bad as hell. Bad as hell. And you know what happens? I talk to the teachers, I talk to the administrators, and you know what happens? They say that if they say something to the kids, not even put their hands on them, not discipline them, not
They
none
don't
of that
tell
stuff.
on them.
If they say something to them, they go and tell their badass mama, they badass daddy, and they be up there. That the parents don't show up for parent-teacher conference, but they come up there to confront the teacher. And so what I'm saying is, I know that y'all all for, hey, don't say something to my kid. And I agree that using an N-word or a racial slur towards a kid is bad. But what I am saying is two things can be true at the same time. Talk to your badass kid about stealing out of the diaper bag. Talk to your badass kid about talking back to adults. Talk to your badass kid about having better manners. And talk to your badass kid about stop being bad every single time that they with you or they not with you. So if y'all want to sit here and acting like all of these kids is just cool and precious, no, they bad as fuck. They terrorists. They terrorize their teachers. They terrorize other students. They bullies at earlier ages now, and they know that they can get away with murder because they raise in single parent homes, and their mother is gonna come up there and cuss the teacher out. And if the teacher say anything back, then the teacher is gonna get fired. That's the truth. So if we don't start having the real conversations, also in addition to the only thing we ever get mad at is when somebody else address our kids and they call them something out of their name. Agreed. Goes without saying, doesn't even have to be a discussion. What I'm having a problem with is why are we not also having a deeper conversation as to why these kids are so bad in the first place? That's all I'm saying.
Well, see, so now this is where I feel like you're moving the goalpost a little bit because it's a 5-year-old. That's all I'm saying. It's still a
But
5-year-old.
I'm not referring. He's stealing. A 5-year-old can be disciplined if they are stealing. You need to nip that shit.
Yeah. A 5-year-old can be disciplined.
The feds will allow a 5-year-old to get on a plane by themselves and fly across the country. So
you say what?
Me with that. It missed me with that. It's a 5-year-old bullshit.
You say what?
5-year-old, you can get on a plane and fly across the country by yourself.
But they also have to be supervised by the flight attendants.
I'm wondering.
Which means they're expected to act right. Which means they're expected to know
many
better.
Of these people in the chat that is supporting this dumb shit or keep making excuses. I wonder how many of them actually have kids that they participate in their lives. Because my first line of the kids' first line of defense is the accountability of their parents. And I'll be damned if my daughter ever go out and do something that she's not supposed to do. Because I'm going to have her ass before she ever head out there. Like, it's going to be, she can't do that shit. She cannot go out there and be disrespectful. She got to hold her tongue. If I ever get a call from her teacher that she said something that was out of pocket, we got a problem. Today, as a 17-year-old, we got a problem. And y'all keep making excuses for y'all punk-ass kids. And I said it, your kids is punk-ass kids. Fuck your kids. Your kids is bad as hell. Now what? And I hate to see them coming with their snotty nose.
Oh,
they keep on selling me. They keep on trying to sell me candy.
Come on, man.
You know what?
Every kid ain't Roscoe, man.
Fuck that.
Every kid ain't Roscoe knocking at your door.
I said I was gonna be cool and I was just gonna let y'all kick it today. But we just gonna have to have an uncomfortable conversation. Every time I go outside, bro, your kid keep trying to sell me candy. That nigga be 5 and 6 years old trying to sell me candy, and I see his daddy over on the side of the street looking like this, trying to see if that nigga's selling candy. Man, y'all kids is bad, bro. Keep on hitting me with that same line. Yeah, it's for my football team. We're raising money so we can.
5-year-old.
We're raising money so that we can for my football team. And we gotta make sure that we get new uniforms.
I need some water.
And if you have any dollar, I have some candy for you. And I'm looking at that punk ass daddy over there, got his kids selling candy in the cold. I'm so tired of this shit, bro. Listen, I know what's really going on, Slimmy. Am I wrong? Am I off?
I don't get those kind of visits. I don't get no kids visiting me about no they be selling candy and stuff. I don't buy it. I don't really. All that candy and stuff be nasty.
Open up your eyes when you're talking to me. It's the off season, and I have to get some donations for my football team. I said, what school you go to?
Oh, Anton.
I swear to God, bro, I'm not
lay off of him, man. Lay off of him, man.
What school you go to?
I think you're being mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm telling you what happens.
You can't do this in equation to a 5-year-old. 5-year-olds ain't doing this shit.
They are. They are. They
5-year-olds pulling up on you. 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds. Not no damn 5-year-olds. I'll say 10. 8 to 10.
I'm gonna take you over on Congress Street, and I'm gonna show you them, and then you tell me how old they are.
They gonna be like 8 years old, man.
Okay, Slimmy. Okay.
They can't be no 5-year-old hustlers. It can't be no 5-year-old hustlers. You know what? Detroit is different. You might be right. Detroit is different.
I'm a vlog it.
It might be some 5-year-old hustlers.
You tell me what you think.
Well, Anton, have you had with a 5-year-old lately? Like,
they sell me candy all the time.
No, man. 5?
A 5-year-old still talking about they think like they can be Superman tomorrow. Like they just don't.
Not our 5-year-olds. They must be eating different.
You know that Little Bow Wow was singing on stages and doing his thing when he was 6. His mama sent him to LA, so 5-year-olds aren't stupid.
I didn't say they're stupid, but they are still at an age where guidance is important. So they're going to do things
super adolescence,
like maybe steal, and they just need to be guided.
You know what? It's 5-year-olds that still get picked up. They still get picked up like this, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Ain't no way they hustling on their own, dog. They still get picked up. They still get picked up like
his
this.
His daddy is around the corner. He watching like this.
Get the fuck out of here. Man, this gotta be an exaggeration, dog. A 5-year-old.
I'm a
5-year-old hustling on the street.
I don't want to hear shit from you, Slimmy.
Hey, man, all right. I'm gonna just watch. I'm gonna wait and see.
From everybody. I want apologies from everybody when y'all see it.
Man, I gotta see this. Man. Look, this nigga talking about he don't trust none of them little dudes with silver in their mouth. All them capped out teeth. It don't be 5 years old, man. They don't be 5, man. They don't be 5 with all them caps. They be like 7, 8, 9, man. They don't be 5 years old.
I saw like a 3 or 4-year-old with all those caps in their teeth.
Huh?
Watch, Slimmy. I want you to keep the same energy.
Oh, no,
I want a motherfucking apology, bro.
The ones that I see, man, they don't be.
I want my apology, dog. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, y'all ready to get started with the show?
Yeah.
What's up, Ray?
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Now you know, Ray. The last time
welcome to the chaos, Ray.
The last time that you was here, Ray. Next thing you know, we was talking about women talking to older men, and we all had some stories.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, let me go ahead and read some of the super chats.
Wait, what was that? What was
Anton stirring the pot already.
Knicks up 1-0, Cavs down 0-2, OKC.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you.
Slimmy, are you okay? That loss was crazy. Says
it's LOSS, nigga.
My aunt says the fact that nobody realized Jazz is mental.
No, she's not. Shut the fuck up, Mont.
Ismail says Quentin not true. Jazz is doing too much. She dominated the talk and accused Anton of not doing shit for blacks. Jazz was out of control and delusional. Let me get Carrie back up here so she can act crazy. Jazz be doing too much all the time. McDyess says, after watching the show last night, I believe Jazz is possessed by the spirit of Beelzebub. Molly is right. Jazz was rude and kept hogging all of the talk time. A.R. Smitty says this woman said the way we fix black culture is to be mad. Mont goes on to say, calling the kid an N-word is crazy. Even if he a little demon, I'll put my hands on the kid before I call him a slur.
What? He'll beat it.
There you go.
You gotta be talking about a spanking. You gotta be talking about spanking the hand, bro. You gotta be careful. You got too many rules, nigga.
From Chengdu, China, good morning. Shout out to my people out there in China.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Last evening to the panel and to the bag chasers. HR is on deck tonight and blacked out. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm on my best behavior tonight. Mont says bad parents create bad kids, Slimmy. Mont also says, nah, Molly, black folk don't call their kids the hard R. Mont says, we can't conflate the hard R with the one that we use. Shout out to my dog, Mont. Eric Wells Harris says, calling children a terrorist is diabolical, unless they're terrorists. Anton, a type of stealing matters. Was he picking up a toy at the park or was he shoplifting? Many kids will try to sneak off with something. Time Mattel says, so what do you do in the case if your kid get defiant?
Is that a size 38 belt?
That's how you fix that. Mine says Anton is facts. It's always a football team. Always a football team. Larry Thomas says kids are easily persuaded by others and what they see, regardless of how they were raised. Not Anton. They be like 9 to 12. Not Not 5. Slimmy, you tripping? I don't trust no one. Them little dudes with a mouthful of silvers. Mr. Robinson says, I've seen this kid punch the teacher in the face and the other kids, and then they try to jump the principal. Look,
come on, man.
Even the Lord got rid of kids. He did. Daswood says, if a white person calls my child the N-word, I will make sure they end up like Austin Metcalf. I will not tolerate no disrespect from a white person. Interesting. Martin Deja says, hood 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds are already riding bikes, no training wheels, doing willies. 22 Karat Gold, shout out to you, says, as a parent to a black boy, I knew when he was in my womb that his father and I had to prepare him for the world. These parents are, in general, lazy and disconnected from their parental duties.
That's a fact.
Jay Mills says, AD, like we got to start holding toddlers accountable. Facts. No.
That's sarcasm. That's sarcasm.
We don't have to. No, seriously. We need to, dog, from the time. Do you know that people are so connected with their kids that they know that they demons when they first are born?
There are no demon children being born.
There are. Y'all don't believe that?
No, I think we all come in here pure in our
Nah.
environment.
No. What I will say, it is people who aren't supposed to have kids together. I do think
dog, there are
people that aren't supposed to have kids together.
There are. You can be born with a spirit on you.
Yeah.
Seriously, y'all don't believe that?
Yeah.
All right.
I still think though that kid can go a different direction, but you gotta be on him.
Okay.
You gotta be on him.
We gonna disagree tonight.
And you gotta pray.
Production says the panel better when this low IQ Slimmy is not on it, says Tapian Productions.
Fuck you.
That was rude.
Elevate Fam says, where were his parents? If his parents didn't do anything, we really have nothing to do with it for real. And where's the proof he was stealing? OG War Machine says, if they can determine their gender, they can be called nigga. Yap the exec says, Anton told no lie. Them kids being Sam's and Costco straight violating. Quasar says, Son got me thinking he was dealing with Lil Roscoe. High Tolerance says, facts AD, I was at Tom Thumb a couple of months ago in his YN looking every bit of 24 peddling donations for his high school basketball squad. Jazz and Jess are
not a 5-year-old.
So they snuck back onto the platform. High Tolerance says, AD, you got to pop the belt. Mont says, ain't no way we all come in pure. Ain't no way. No, we don't. We're born in sin.
Well, this is a panel full of people that believe in soul ties and spirits and shit. So that
Mr. Robinson says, remember 2K spanks his kid and y'all disagreed with him. What?
I never disagree with that. The fuck you talking about?
Billy Go Gruff, no, we don't want him to do it on camera. Billy Go Gruff says these little ends in NYC on a train, no parent with fake permission slips and clipboards with no candy scamming adults. Anton is right. Spirits are real. Just look at Jazz. Angry Snowman. There are demonic babies.
I'm coming to ass out.
Red hair.
BABIES.
I'm telling you that
red hair.
Spirits.
I'm coming out all jazz slander tonight, so behave.
Spirits can be passed on to people. I don't know what y'all thinking. I mean, on the kids, 100%. Anyways, all right. Since I was gonna hit y'all with a different icebreaker. Or listen, y'all want to get into the icebreaker first, or y'all want to go straight into
What's the difference? It's just another topic.
Well, I like for the topics to flow.
Normally icebreakers.
Do the icebreaker.
First.
It's like is icebreaker.
Do the icebreaker.
Just because
Like I said, I like
the ice.
Nope, I'm just gonna go straight into it, and we'll come back to this one. Skip it. I'm gonna go with my instincts. So
I don't know what makes it an icebreaker.
It's probably lighter.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you for helping us with thank you for helping us.
I was with you, Quentin. I was like, I mean, we know each other. What's the breaking
Thank you for helping us with your ditty. So we're gonna get straight into this conversation about Robert Hinton Jr. All right. So Robert Hinton Jr. crashed out. I'm gonna play this whole clip so that y'all get the full understanding, and for everybody in the chat can get the full understanding, so that Carrie doesn't have to contact Enrique. And then we're going to go from there. So make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. This is how this is playing out.
Rodney Hinton is in jail in Cincinnati after he allegedly rammed his car into this officer, identified as Deputy Larry Henderson, a 33-year veteran of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, was retired, technically picked up a shift as a traffic cop for a day. It didn't turn out well. Henderson was not involved in Hinton's son's death. Tom Hansen's been following this tragic story, and we do warn you, as you may imagine, some of the footage here you're going to see is graphic.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun on your right. On your right. He's got a gun.
2 hours after watching this body cam video of officers shooting and killing 18-year-old Ryan Hinton after a police chase, officials say his father, Rodney Hinton, got into his car and purposefully drove into a sheriff's deputy directing traffic on graduation day near the University of Cincinnati, killing him.
He was so well liked and so well known. We are so deeply saddened.
Sheriff's deputies packed a courtroom Saturday as Rodney Hinton was charged with aggravated murder. They were there in support of the fallen deputy, now identified as Larry Henderson.
I understand that there is a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in this room right now.
The day before, Cincinnati police say they got a report of a stolen vehicle at this condominium complex. When officers arrived, 4 men suspected in the theft got out of the vehicle and fled. One of the men was Ryan Hinton. He was shot twice and killed by a police officer who says he pointed a gun at him.
And he felt threatened for his life, and that's why he discharged his firearm.
Investigators say they recovered this loaded gun from the scene, allegedly found in Hinton's possession. Lawyers for the family say the next day, Rodney Hinton appeared distraught watching the body cam footage with police. After the meeting, that was the last time they heard from him. The Hinton family says they are devastated for the family of the officer who was killed.
The officer was just out doing his job, directing traffic.
Now, Deputy Henderson had recently retired but continued to work as a special deputy. Rodney Hinton is being held without bond. His public defender says he has no felonies on his record, and this was an emotionally charged situation. His next.
All right. So now that you guys got pretty much the gist or the summary of what was going on, I'm going to let y'all. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with Carrie, and then we're going to go from there.
Why she get to start?
If you don't want Carrie to start, just say you don't want her to start, and then we'll go with
you said
else.
Me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. Oh, I'm sorry. That story is super sad with regard to the cop. It's to me, with regard to the father, it's a clear situation of not being able to handle your emotions. I mean, I don't know what else to say regarding what he did. And then regarding his son, I was really thinking about that because on one hand, I was saying, even if he had a gun, I don't know what the law is. So I don't know if somebody is running with a gun and they don't stop, does that give the cop automatic right to shoot? I don't know. At the same time, I couldn't help but start with, why is your son stealing a car? Like, why is your son even there? So it's hard for me to start at, was the cop right, when I'm like, why were you even in the situation? So, and to go kill a cop that has nothing to do with this. Not that it would have been justified if he would have shot the cop that shot his son, but like, this cop had nothing to do with this situation. Based off of what was said, he had a really good reputation. A lot of people liked him. I believe he was training. He was a trainer when he was active. So for all you know, you went and you took the life of a cop that could have had a positive impact. Like, it's just, the whole thing is ridiculously sad and unfortunate. Then when I saw people posting their comments, like, the reason I even saw this was because 2 of the people who I'm Facebook friends with put up the photo of the father in the courtroom, and they're like, stay strong, black man, keep your head up. I'm like, really? And I'm looking at the comments, and people are, it was just crazy to see how many people were justifying his actions. Yeah. Crazy.
I want to ask you, what's the difference between someone controlling their emotions, or you said he doesn't have control of his emotions, or he like thought it through and said, I'm doing this shit anyway?
Then I would say not being able to control your emotions to me is the immediate thing that you feel, anger, whatever, the knee-jerk reaction that you might feel without running it through your own judgment filter is, to me, you acting off of your emotions. Now, if he calmed down and ran it through his own judgment filter and that was still his outcome, then he has bad judgment.
Anybody is willing to jump in, unless y'all want me to just select people.
Have they shown the body cam footage?
Of what? The one that we just watched?
The boy.
Well, they show more. I think it's more of extensive one. Even if it is, I don't want to show it on this platform. But
no, I was just wondering if, because what I saw was the boy running, and I'm not justifying any of this by any means, but if he's running and let's say the dad was like, you shot him in the back, there was no reason to shoot him, maybe that's what sparked his anger. But with that being said, if that's what his dad was willing to do, I don't think it's that far of a stretch that his child is a criminal.
I'd have to second that. I was just thinking, I think it's a reflection of who the father is or who the parent is. If that is your ultimate decision, if that is whether it was an emotional decision or not, obviously it was an emotional decision, but it's clear that, as Carrie said, that your judgment is just off to do something like that. And then it being at random, just a random cop because you felt that your child was supposed to. I think it was a graduation that was happening that day or something like that for that high school, and I think it's all understandable, especially for parents. I think that anybody could imagine what he felt. My child was supposed to graduate today, and that can happen, but still, it's a bad judgment call all around. And I don't think that this was his first time doing something like that. Obviously not killing somebody, but I don't think this was his first time lashing out in an emotional rage.
so what if somebody in the cop's family goes because they felt like he unjustifiably got killed, and then he goes and he does something to somebody else or he retaliates against their family? Will it be justified?
No.
Well, none of it's justified. What are you asking right now?
Well, I'm asking a question because there's a lot of people in the culture that are saying that this is justified and it's an eye for an eye and that they need to take one of theirs because one of ours got took.
I saw that a lot. Eye for an eye.
You seen that? You seen that?
I seen that in this chat. Somebody typed that in this chat.
Okay, so then is it now justified if
no, you can't justify that shit. Hell no.
I don't think the father got justice.
I think
no, the father fucked himself over.
Hey, you definitely can justify that shit.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, bro.
Oh, child.
In what way, 2K? How are you?
Because eye for an eye.
Nigga, that's not what that statement means in the that's not what that means in the Bible.
I'm gonna tell you what it means today. You take one of mine, I'm taking two of yours.
That's so funny.
No. Listen.
Yes.
Stop.
Listen. This ain't the same thing. This ain't the same thing, man. You gotta be smarter than that. Like, you gonna get your ass whooped every day in prison by police, justifiably because you killed a fucking cop.
Nigga, the police ain't gonna be first of all, the police don't run the prison. All right. It's the people who run the prison got different obligations than police officers.
Okay, I get it.
They not consider themselves the police. He will
okay.
Be
the COs is gonna whoop his ass every day.
Listen, bro, I get it, but if you kill my son within 6 seconds of you pulling up on him, I don't even think that he made an emotional decision. He made the decision. That was the only way that he could have lived with himself. That wasn't emotional. I would have slid the same way. You killed mine. I'm trying to get 2 of yours.
But if that's
So
the
what
case,
No, but that's not even the same cop.
With your rationale, people are
No,
continuously killing.
that's
Why
not.
are you
That's not
yelling?
You
just.
acting like the police not a gang.
But
Hold on,
what?
time out. Slim it.
This is weird.
Are the police not together? What?
Yeah, the police.
Hold on,
The
Slim.
police. The
When
police are the biggest. The police are the biggest gang. Okay, we
Listen,
got that
listen,
because they're gonna ride and die for the badge. We
Slim
get it.
when they brought bro out on the perp walk, and all the police were there, what was they showing? They were showing unity. Okay, so if your people kill one of my people, I'm gonna kill one of yours. I don't need a fucking name. I don't need it to be the person. You slide on me. I don't got to get the nigga that slid. I'm getting one of yours.
This is
Okay,
this-
so then you're down for this is street code for you, and that's what you live by.
No, this nigga not trolling. He not
No,
trolling. This
I'm
isn't.
just saying. I'm saying
He
if
not
that's
trolling.
the case, then this is what
Not
you
what
live
she
by, then
said.
2K. Because what's weird to me is this boy had a gun. What was he gonna do with his gun?
My nigga, bro, folks have
No. So let's deal with this, because if this is street mentality,
This
you
ain't
got a
street
gun.
mentality.
What you just said was basically street mentality.
No, it's not.
I'm again. Yes, it
Yeah,
is. What is it? Is it intellectual mentality? Is it book smart mentality? No, it's not.
Listen.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You kill one of mine, I'm killing one of yours. Nigga, that's
There's
8.
nothing
That's
intellectual
one.
about that.
Okay. So if we're going with you kill one of mine, I'm killing one of yours, then you got a gun, I got a gun, I'm chasing you, I'm gonna shoot you. So then how is the cop, according to what you're saying, to me the cop is more justified if we go according to what you're saying. Because if you got a gun, I'm gonna shoot you before you shoot me. Isn't that what they say on the street?
Okay, so check this out, Kerry. He got a gun. I got a gun.
Right.
I'm running away from you. I'm not shooting my gun.
But I don't know when you. I don't know if you're gonna shoot at me. I don't know.
Hold
in
on.
the video,
Let me wait. Let me ask a quick question. Hold on. Let me ask a quick question. Was that kid in the stolen car?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't a murderer.
I think it was
from the scene.
I think this is a problem with the black community
No,
and why the black community can't
wait.
get nowhere, because the men
Wait
are
a
too
minute.
emotional. Black men are too emotional.
That's
Y'all
not.
have
Wait
to
a
react
minute.
off of emotions, off of every single thing.
They're still in the car. Warrants death.
No, it doesn't
Look how
warrant death.
emotional you are over it though,
But
today.
still
listen,
in the car,
listen.
Warren, you having a. Why does he have a gun in the first place? If you're still in the car, why you need a gun?
Probably because police kill niggas, Molly. Karen.
Oh, see, okay.
So why did he get in the car in the first place? Like
Black people kill black people too, 2K.
Listen, okay. If he wanted to shoot the police, he had every opportunity to do it first. The fact that he got out the car and ran, and the police on 6 seconds, 6 seconds of judgment, he felt like his life was in danger when it never was. Hey, I'd have seen enough examples if I'm that daddy to know that justice ain't for to be served, and I'm for to go do it my fucking self.
So if you know that justice is not going to be served, and you know that you need to have a gun in case the cops shoot at you, then you should also know that you shouldn't be stealing a car. You shouldn't be running from the cops with a gun. Like if all of these things are known, then why are you putting yourself in a situation for them to happen to you?
Hey, people put themselves in situations because shit happens.
But then that goes back on the father,
they
though.
Decided it.
Listen, bro, I'm not mad at that daddy for reacting how he act. I do not think it was an emotional based decision. I think
it was.
It was
all emotion.
Had to go. You take one of mine, I'm coming for 2 of yours. No emotions. That's logic.
Does the father have other kids? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, this ain't it, 2K. This ain't it, 2K.
So
It's
now
just another
those
black
kids,
man in jail.
Those kids lose their
This ain't
dad
it.
too,
So-
because you take
Yeah,
one of
like-
mine, I take 2 of yours, and now what? Now what?
Now,
you set him up to fail.
Now the white cop that has kids that he's gonna go kill somebody else because of 2K.
wait, we're gonna kill Three Hills when he retaliates. If that's how you want to play, let's play it. Because let's not act like police killing us and we waiting for justice to be served has been working.
2K, show me your badge. Show me your badge again.
If I'm that father, I'm not waiting on a failed justice system. I'm for to go relieve.
Stupid ass fucking nigger child.
So now justice has now been served.
I expect this from you. Shut the fuck up.
So now justice has been served
for the rest of the niggas. If somebody shoot you or some you love, you getting out there just like that too. Shut the fuck up.
So
no, I'm not. No. See, this is the thing, man. You can't meet a crash out with a higher level crash out.
Nigga, what?
The kid that little wait. Even though he was about to graduate and all that, he was still doing some dumbass shit. I'm not saying it warranted him getting killed, but he put himself in a position with police officers that he shouldn't have been in. If anything, just take the L and go to jail. If they gonna shoot you,
no,
they ain't gonna shoot. Wait, stop. No, hold on. They can't shoot you if you just sit in the car and take the L and go to jail. You will still be alive. Still be alive.
And again, if graduate, like I don't think he should have, like, it's unfortunate he got killed, right? But I love how we're bringing in all this significance now. If his graduation was so meaningful, all these things are so meaningful, why are you stealing a Kia, whatever kind of car, with your friends with some gun? Why? Why? And then the cops run up, and instead of just, y'all got us, everybody flees. Like, just help me out. How important is your graduation? How important is it really?
Thinking about the correlation of the importance of
wait.
When y'all get done bullshit, so I can get you.
No. 2K, you out of control, bro. No, this don't happen like that. This don't happen like that. This shit only happens because they want to publicize this shit so they can start another race, so they can add more to the race war. That's all it is, man. It's the same plays. Bruh. It's the same fucking plays. But we don't want to wise up. We don't want to wise up and be like, yo, that kid shouldn't have did that. We cannot, but it's a whole different way you can approach this. You go to that, hold on. You get to that police station and you got to protest. Like, yo, we want him off the force. He used his weapon. He used
fucking protest.
This is the only way. You can't go there and crash out and lose your life.
Slim.
He just ran down. Wait. He just ran down a cop.
I give a fuck. Slimmy, why are we trying to protest to a bunch of white people who got everything through fucking violence? They didn't protest for the
Molly
fucking ladies in America.
I just think
to get everything they got, they took it.
We should let Molly talk.
Hey, you know what?
I think that the father is taken away from his son's tragedy by doing the most like he did. We're not even talking about how tragic it is that the boy is gone because we're so focused on his dumb father.
Y'all ain't focusing on because y'all on bullshit.
Y'all more focused on the father than y'all are that this boy lost his life. And yes, it was his fault, but at the end of the day, it's like his father is taken away from the son and all of that. Like, it's just dumb.
The dad making the situation worse. If the making the situation worse, ain't no way you crash out over your kid and leave the rest of your kids without a father. What type of shit is that?
That's why when
they gotta call you from jail.
What type of shit is this?
Listen, this be the bullshit right here. This be the
bullshit. No. I get. Hey, wait. No. This ain't no bullshit because I guarantee you, in 10 years, when he's sitting in the cell after he done got his ass beat 1,000,000 times, after he done got ass fucked 20 times by 10 different men, he gonna be thinking about, fuck, I shouldn't have did that. I guarantee you. In 10 motherfucking years, he gonna wish he never did that shit.
Y'all some bitches.
Call it what you want. Call it what you want. I ain't gonna be nobody bitch in no prison cell though.
Hey, nigga, if you ain't gonna die for your fucking son, what the fuck what?
I don't have no kids.
Hold on.
My son not gonna be in that position.
But Slimmy, he didn't die.
His son was already
die for
dead.
his son. He didn't
die for his son. He died for something that he wanted, for some dumb shit that he wanted to do. He didn't get the cop. He didn't get the cop that shot his son. So that's the first L. You didn't get the cop that shot your son. You ran over a random ass cop. That's an emotional decision. That's not logical. That's emotional. I don't give a fuck which way you cut it. That was not smart. You just hit a random cop that had nothing to do with nothing.
Check this out right here, okay? Because see, this the shit that get lost in all of it. The police who chased him, who hopped out the car and shot little buddy. If you so fucking scared for your life, why the fuck you chasing him? Well, see how we give a nigga a cop out? It don't make wait, Slim, hold on. It don't make logical sense for you to be chasing somebody you scared of.
But 2K,
because if you already scared and you can kill a nigga, what's the first thing you gonna do? You gonna fucking kill him. This shit not designed for us to win. Cause Lil Buddy hopped out the car. I don't agree with the fuck he was doing. Lil Buddy running the other way and get gunned down. Me as a father, I see the video. Oh, I see what this is. They gonna let the police move. I'm taking justice in my own fucking hands.
That's not justice though, because you didn't kill the right cop.
What do you mean they're gonna let the police move? What are you talking about?
I'm sending the message.
He's saying he gonna let the cop get off.
The cop can't slide. The cop can't slide, but the neighborhood killer can. We can protect them.
Shout out to all the calm black people.
We make shirts for them. We throw them parties when they get out of prison. But we gotta slide on this cop. But we can let the neighborhood killer kill everybody else's kids and grandmas and uncles and grandpas.
Well, but now
and
what?
serve dope to the community. We let all of that slide, but we gotta ride on some cops seemingly doing their job.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
And now what?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Somebody type weakest revenge ever. That is the worst type of revenge. You go into prison. You didn't even get the right person though. That's ill.
And so now what?
That don't make no type of sense, man.
Bro, we be going to war killing folks. We be going to war killing folks we ain't got no problem with at all from a whole different country. You can't tell me killing a nigga.
You can't conflate this with that. You can't conflate this with that.
But
you can't conflate this with that, bro.
What happens with justice? What if justice had been served and the cop did be served? We waited to see what would happen, and then let's say it doesn't work out. Then you seek out the right cop. That would make more sense if that's your sense of justice.
No. We gonna listen, bro. If I know you were blood and I just got killed, y'all just killed one of my homies. The first one I see getting it. So if you're a police officer and you just killed one of my homies, the first one I see getting it.
So
he was a crossing guard. He wasn't a police officer. It was just happenstance.
So here we go back to you're using street mentality. So is that what we're you? Is that what? Okay. So here's the thing. If we're using street mentality, then somebody's going bound to get killed. So if we're using street mentality, then he shouldn't be surprised that his son got killed.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised when he go slide back. You don't need a reason. Street mentality.
That's so ignorant. That's so ignorant. That's
so
ignorant.
2K. I'm disappointed in this, man. You got kids. 2K.
It's a different
2K. You gonna leave Bricks alone in this world because a cop did some dumb shit. A cop was off his job. A cop made a fatal mistake. He fucked up, and the cop not gonna lose their job. You gonna leave Bricks without a dad? You gonna go to prison?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm fucking going, bro. What is we talking about here? Did the cop get to make a mistake and take my child's life, and I got to do
wasn't a mistake.
I got to do the right thing. Hold on. Oh yeah, Slim. I forgot. You want me to go down there and protest with a poster board like that? Like
I'm saying it was another option. Like that's the only first option I could think of.
Option. My
Okay,
son
so
don't
then
got breath in his
You
When
body.
I
can't,
see
you can't
when I
think, you
see
can't
this
think along
happen,
these lines.
when I see the sentiment, and when I see people have this reaction to this, it makes me think that I think that they should have gave y'all what y'all asked for when y'all said defund the police, right? I think that I'm okay with what's happening in Chicago. I'm okay when they are down over 2,000 police officers, and the police officers are saying, "Well, we don't want to police in this, or we're gonna go over to the suburbs of a different state, and we're gonna get recruited over to this place or in Florida or whatever, and we're just gonna do our jobs over there where the people support the police officers, and where they say that, yo, we actually advocate for you guys, and we appreciate y'all for coming over here and doing it." What I think should happen is that they should leave the black community to itself. All urban communities should be left to turn into Oakland, to turn into inner city of Chicago, and to turn into the worst places in the United States of America. Stop. Stop. If it gets to the point to where now people are saying that they want a war against the very people that's the first responders when they have an issue, I think that they should they should give the people exactly what they asked for. You want to defund the police, you don't want a presence, you don't want you okay with them running around with guns and Kia boys and all of this stuff, and you're gonna go and retaliate against a cop. Actually, not even a cop, he was retired and he was a street crossing guard. He was a street crossing
I can't get with
at
that.
a high school graduation.
Close
I
enough.
think that they should leave the black community to police themselves or fix themselves. Don't show up. Don't answer no calls. Let them do what they want to do. Let them use their dollars doing whatever it is that they want to do, and let them fix themselves. I'm okay with that. I used to think like, man, you got to protect people against themselves. You got to make sure that they do this, whatever. No, I think that you should leave the grandma to the dope dealers. I think that you should leave the people to themselves. And I think that you should defund the police and move those resources away from the communities and start having them in places where people appreciate it. And I'm cool with that.
Listen, bro, Anton, you can say all that, all right? And we need the police, okay? But every time we call y'all, and you already scared for your life just because you got the call, and then your next step is immediately murder, you need to quit being a police officer.
No, okay, I think that they should do when black people said defund the police, give them what they want.
This is
not even something that we should debate. I think that people should just do it. I think that that's the solution. I'm all solutions oriented. I'm not really interested. I know what's bad and I know what's good. I know that the father was wrong. I know that the son was wrong. And I don't believe that any police officer is interested in just going out there and just willingly killing somebody. I don't believe that. I just don't. I know too many of them. I coach a lot of them. It's not a blue wall. It's not a gang type of thing. It's not. And I know some of them in real life, and I coach a lot of them. I coach them in Philadelphia. I coach them in Cleveland. I coach them in Detroit, and I've coached police officers in Los Angeles. So I know what their sentiment is. Their goal every day is to make it home to their families. They know that it's a possibility for them to get maimed. There's police officers in Chicago. They not even black. Some of them is women. Some of them are men. And they just walked out to their car after they shift and they got their brains blew out by somebody that just had a vendetta and wanted to commit a murder. And we don't come to those. We don't say nothing about that. We don't ride for them. We don't say, oh, they need to get their lick back. We don't know none of them. Most of these people, I know police officers that just got recruited. Some of them is 22, 23 years old. They really believe in their heart that they're going to make a change in their community, and they live, work, and play and police the same communities because they actually want to participate and they know the people and they actually want to do better. And it's people that hate them just because they're trying to do the right thing for their community. So I believe that we just need to leave them to themselves. I think that the black community should police themselves, see what happens. Let's do an experiment and let's give them 10 years and let's see if crime drop, or let's see if they're more happy with the results, and remove police officers out of it. We can't keep going in this direction and thinking that it's okay.
We can't. You right, Anton, because if you white, you could go shoot up a school and come out alive. You can come out
to white people.
Police. But the
white people don't advocate against the police
for stealing a car. We gonna murder this nigga. This a free body. This a free fucking body.
Oh, let me ask this. Let me ask this though.
school and come out.
Let me ask you this. So
Fuck out
2K. So 2K. What if he? What if he?
Shooting up anything have to do with anything?
What if he discharged that firearm? What if he discharged that firearm before he took off in the car?
What you say?
I'm just saying hypothetically. What if he just discharged that firearm before he took off in the car?
He didn't.
We don't know that.
What if for? You looking for?
We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know why. We don't know why he got. We don't know what took place. We don't know what took place.
That would have been the first thing on the news headline. Shots fired.
How am I moving the goalposts? Everybody talk hypothetically.
Now, you saying what if that didn't happen, Slimmy?
The cop said he believed that he was aiming the gun at him.
How?
Look, I'm just telling you what the cop said.
You can see it on the video. Fuck what they said.
Listen, I don't even believe
really
that.
See in the video.
I don't believe that 2K believe what he's saying. I don't believe that. Like I know
he's trolling.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe that. Y'all keep falling for the bait 100% of the times. I don't fall for the bait.
I don't believe in the race war, but I'm not mad at the dad for going to get the lick back.
Cool.
I don't believe in no race war. I think that was a stupid decision, little buddy made. But am I mad at the dad for slide? Absolutely not, because he know that justice ain't gonna be.
So is justice now served? So that everybody should go home. He served the justice.
I can sleep better at night knowing I got somebody for my son.
I bet you the rest of his family doesn't feel that way, because you could tell that the attorney had to be strategic in how they were able to how they explained the father's behavior. Whatever. I know that they realize. They don't. They got an attorney from Cochran someplace.
No, he got a public defender.
Wait. Hold on. I do got something to say. Okay, so if it wasn't about race, why didn't he run over a black cop?
I don't know.
I'm not talking to you, 2K. If it wasn't about race, why didn't he run over a black cop? Why didn't he run over the first cop? Why didn't he run over the first cop that he ran into? The father was upset because he saw white cops killing his son.
Bruh,
so he ran over a white cop.
How we know that ain't the first cop he seen, Slim?
What?
We don't know that.
You think that was the first cop that he saw?
The guy is not a cop. I don't know why y'all keep saying that.
He's
the
a
guy
crossing guard.
The nigga's a retired police officer. He's a special.
He didn't know that when he ran him over. He didn't know that when he ran him over.
He's a special deputy. They still wear the uniform, bro. Fuck them. Get them out of here. Fuck them. You got to go. The first one I see on site.
I can't get behind it. I can't get behind that, dog.
You don't have to. You don't have
Molly
to.
Now. This is why.
I don't.
2K. All I'm gonna say is I know it's some white people who got some stocks out in prison. Those prison stocks rubbing their hands together because they got them another one, making them some money.
Police out here that treat niggas like a shooting range.
Y'all keeping these white men paid by going to prison. Y'all love prison today.
All I'm gonna say is like you can't get the wrong person, though, man.
No,
you can't get the wrong person.
It's no right person. You know who the wrong person was? His son that was out there committing crimes and doing the worst shit. Because I'm gonna just tell you this. Usually, what happens is the time that they get caught, it's not the first time.
Yeah, it ain't the first time.
So if homie is out here riding around as an 18-year-old with pistols, stealing people's cars and committing crimes and being the worst for the communities, and we all know who the people that's doing shit, and and here's the worst part about it.
Then you prepare our
kids. We know our kids. We know when our kids is doing shit that they ain't supposed to do. We know when our kids is riding around with the wrong friends. We know when they in the wrong friend group. We know when they in the shit. And I say that the kid was a reflection of the father, clearly. And both of them was emotional. And now the kid is the one that have to pay the price for the neglect from the parents from raising them the right way. So y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say. I stand on what I said.
Listen, bro, y'all can say whatever y'all need to say. If this nigga was a deadbeat dad or absent dad, he wouldn't have did what he did for his son.
That was beautiful.
Well, they said some people put in the chat that he had kicked the kid out the house.
Nigga, bro, shit happened. Y'all act like niggas don't make mistakes.
You know
Wait
what
a
this
minute.
reminds me of, 2K? It reminds me of when you were talking about women, and I forget what the topic was, and I was saying something. You're like, Carrie, you keep giving all of these excuses instead of holding them accountable, and every single thing that gets put on the table, you're like, yeah, but why won't you hold the father accountable? Why won't you hold the 18-year-old accountable
Carrie,
for their actions?
If you listen to me speak, I have told you I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what the little boy did, but I'm not mad at the daddy's decision.
Fair, but should the dad have done what he did? I get that you're not mad at it because you probably understand, but do you think the father should have done that?
In this climate, where justice is rarely served, I can understand his daddy's sentiment and want to take it into his own hand.
Your son comes to you and says, Dad, if this happens to me when I'm older and I'm a father, should I do what this man did? Yes or no, Dad?
I can't give him that answer. He got this. If this
Wait, how the father is standing on business and he didn't even get the right person?
It's not about I keep telling you, Slim. It's not about the right person.
It doesn't. No. It's not justice if you don't hit the right person. It's like it's just like if it's a gang war,
bruh.
And wait. Let me finish. Hold on, because this is
we got to move on to the next subject after this, Slim.
It's just like a gang war. And then a motherfucker go shoot up a grocery store because he thinks some ops is in there. He done hit 5 people that ain't have nothing to do with it. It wasn't nobody in there. 5 people dead.
Okay, so
but they had nothing. They had nothing to do with anything.
Watch this.
How is that revenge? How is that justice?
Slim, watch this. In Tulsa, what started the Black Wall Street? Okay, they said a black man. They didn't give a fuck which one it was. Had did something to a white woman. They fucked the whole city up. They bombed the whole city. I ain't hear y'all niggas but saying shit about that. They fucked the whole city up. Every black person got to go. It was
and y'all have married more white women since then. So what's your point, 2K?
What you say, Molly?
Y'all have married more white women since then. So what is your point?
Molly, what the fuck does that matter?
Why are we bringing up something that happened 100 years ago when y'all have married more white people since that happened? Like y'all don't hate white people enough to not to marry them.
Example was just given. The same thing happened, but worse.
Wait, what year was this?
1919 or something.
It don't fucking matter. It's an example.
1920.
It don't matter.
Say anything about it. We weren't even
This
here.
is 100 years ago.
What do you mean?
We weren't here for slavery. Do it fucking matter? Do it fucking matter?
No, it doesn't
You
matter.
said we didn't say nothing about it.
I don't think they tell you the truth about
Y'all have
slavery
gotten
either.
more rights though.
No,
y'all now are marrying their daughters. So I feel like be quiet about anything that happened in the past. Y'all got y'all way.
Oh, do you need a recent example, Molly, so it can stick in your little ass head?
It's not stopping y'all from marrying their daughters. So who cares?
It ain't gonna never stop us from fucking them.
Y'all be crashing out over these white girls. So who cares? Y'all will transfer y'all wealth to the white community. So why are we still
not even
doing
on
this?
camera, man. This look crazy. Her talking like that off camera.
This don't make no sense. Molly don't make no fucking sense right now.
Yes, you do.
Hey, that shit with your camera on. I got to see your face.
Oh yeah, he trolling now. He trolling now.
Hold on, we got to go to the next subject. We got to go to the next subject because otherwise, Carrie is gonna be mad. So
this is like a fake mad, fake rage, fake rage.
Aquarius says, "Baby,
y'all being crazy right now, bro. It's
Baby's
cool.
Kids was a cartoon, not real life." Shout out to you. Tracy's take says, "Slap your thighs for me." I got on pajama pants. I'm good. Low Camp says these kids is bad, fam. Baby cousin tried to pull a night off of my uncle, and he dish ragged him out of the window with all of the glass shattered. On top of the Buick, round of applause for the accountability. Jesus. You better not, Quentin. Jazz need an exorcism, says McDice. Kirsten says, Didn't even unalive the right cop, an innocent man. Absolutely disgusting, even if you believe in revenge.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Steve Stewart Trucking says his father is a failure for raising a thief. There is no devil worse than a black devil, says Elijah Muhammad. Just Incredible says judgment issues being genetic is crazy. Huh? Judgment issues being genetic is crazy.
Yeah, he talking about the father and the son having bad judgment.
Yeah, still possible. He had a psychotic break. Big Hurt says, I never heard Anton speak about unjustified killing of black folks. Accountability goes both ways. Well, then maybe you need to tune in more because I've held other people accountable. Man, I don't need to prove nothing to y'all. Suck my dick. Anyways, Mont says it can be argued it's justified. However, it's too early. Mont says, Slimmy, this ain't 18. It's ain't 1989. Ain't no cops doing that. Me University says we are barbarians at heart, even in Prada. Jasmine's Man says 2K is right. Eye for an eye. Mont says it's not street code, Kerry. It's example Israel versus Palestine. Tyrant the Tyrant says this is eye for an eye. This eye for an eye is the same mentality these YNs have gang banging in the hood. The dad is an old YN. Tyrant the Tyrant says father took a life and gave up his life to the system. He lost twice. He lost his son and his freedom. Tony Adams says 2K was in the military and saying this stupid crap. Yeah, you never deployed beyond FUBAR. Make a VA appointment. Jesus. Jasmine's Man says 2K is on point.
Nigga. Well, you ain't got no blue cord, nigga. Now come talk to me when you get one of those. You old pogue ass nigga. Nigga ain't nothing but a glorified assistant. Bitch, get you a blue cord, then come talk to me. You know what I'm talking about.
High Tolerance says the Runa and Smooth Brains need to educate themselves with the state's carry laws. That right goes out the window in the midst of committing a crime. Abe the Hunter says 2K, you're in jail now from crashing out. Now some G like me can control his emotions is making that headboard move in your house. Rico Breeze says, what up though? Red, White, and Blue Island Boy says, so it's justified if Austin Metcalf dad take out Carmelo Anthony, eye for an eye, right? Cash Howard says, what up? Elevate Fam says, if only the kid had and the dad had a better situation. Tony Adams says 2K is the head ringleader of the Justified Crash Out Black Folks Leagues. Come on now. You sound like jazz. Rico Breeze says 2K is ignorant as fuck. Big Hurt says, call this the Know Your Place podcast. Too bad you're not exempt. You're no safe Negroes. 2K is right. I don't know what that was. Jasmine's Man says Slimmy and Molly are house ninja. The father did the right thing, getting revenge for his son. We need to stop letting the police disrespect us. Ken says, I'm dying for my son's bad decisions. Sonny Robinson says neither one of them. Y'all need to not have kids. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Say it for the people in the back, please.
Y'all just seriously need to stop.
It's crazy, man.
Y'all need to stop procreating. Y'all need to stop having kids. I'm gonna rename this episode "Stop Having Kids." Sonny Robinson says neither one of them had any felonies. Murdered for joyriding. The child was running from the police, not gunfighting. Police, eye for an eye. Elevate Fam says good point, 2K, but I would have got the right cop. Y'all full of the devil. Abe the Hunter says in real life, 2K will get a lawyer. He capping. 6'8" Aquarius says Slimmy, you a good ball.
Goofball.
He said good ball. I'm reading it as I see it. He says, Slimmy, you a good ball. Ain't no inmate touching that man as COs are as concerned.
That's what I said. Dummy.
Why not raise your child to be a productive citizen?
Fat ass nigga.
Father does. Vegas born 702 says, I was raised. If you take one of mine, then I take two of yours. I'm with 2K on this. Man, y'all niggas wouldn't bust a grape. Shut the fuck up.
Facts.
Niggas is just talking in the chat, bro. Y'all wouldn't do shit, nigga. You won't even you freeze up on Call of Duty, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Boy, niggas be scared. Niggas be scared on Call of Duty.
Yeah, I call it right on all this shit.
Stop it. Y'all not tough. Everybody
get that.
tough on the internet.
What
nigga,
is that?
These niggas panic when they
you see somebody pop around the corner, nigga, you run, nigga.
These niggas be freezing up on Call of Duty. They don't even stand and fight. They leave their own team in Call of Duty.
Here, UFC fighter, bro. Look at the nigga picture. You think he ain't about that action?
Man, shut that shit up, bro. Don't nobody give a fuck about.
All right, get in that octagon with him, Anton.
I'm not. No, we talking about shooting. Ain't nobody. Listen, we not talking about a competition in a fucking octagon. We talking about you getting a pistol and you taking a nigga out.
My Anton,
you gotta be no. You gotta be a different type of dude to go out and premeditate. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a different type of dude to try to kill a nigga.
We're talking about bad judgment. We're talking about bad judgment. He's basically bragging about saying he'll have bad judgment. Like that's what y'all don't understand. That is bad judgment. It is, and that's sad. That is sad that grown black men can't even say that was the wrong decision. I understand. I get your anger. It's messed up, but what you did in retaliation was wrong. It was the wrong move to make. Period.
So Carrie,
I don't get why y'all can't say that.
I got to get the rest of the super chats, y'all.
I just posted at the house and cried.
Deja says casualties of war is not street mentality, Carrie. Jasmine's man says 2K is the only black person on the panel. Sonny Robinson says cops been unaliving us, FBAs for centuries, hundreds of years, police, aka race soldiers. Evil Shadex says 2K, how about you swear to never call the police for anything since you feel this way about them? Don't use the service then at all.
Fuck.
Elevate fam says surprisingly, AD, I don't think that would happen if we defund the police. We would just fix our own problems as we should. Then do it. Y'all don't listen. The police should be extra. Y'all should be fixing your own problems already, right?
Well, you see, he had on the superhero thing.
I know, I seen it. These niggas is comic book characters. DD says,
powers.
These niggas is drawers. They be drawing in real life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't condone. Shout out to the chat. I ain't condoning violence, but if you don't have a black son, you cannot relate. 2K. Gravy says it's all sad for the father and his family. It's also sad for the officer's family. I just wondered why we protest when cops kill us, but don't say a word when we kill each other. Mondeja says if the goal is to make the popo feel it in general, then the goal is achieved. Y'all cannot deny that no matter how bad y'all want to say, he got the wrong guy. Jazzwiz Man says F the police, Black Lives Matters. Big Hurt says stop resisting and you're in cuffs and subdued. And this panel believes that you are resisting. You are resisting. Cash Howard says sleep better. The beds in prisons is trash. Chef G Rap says now him and Carmelo can be cellies. Word Custom says so it's cool for the dad to slap, but niggas mad when a cop show up in court for their guy. Like, what's up? He gonna get his ass whooped in jail, and I'ma laugh. Kirsten from said he will toss and turn knowing that one cop took his son's life, is still out and about walking around and has his job still. It still meant nothing. G Trey says Slimmy don't understand gang shit. Let me be quiet. Mont says
I definitely do understand gang shit, and I stay the fuck away from it because it's dumb as fuck.
Don't go into it, bro. Anton 9 ain't OD for the panel. Send me a link. Rio says we can't beat them at their game. 2K, bro. History should have shown you that the cop not gonna get no consequences. The dad's life is over. Checkmate. Unbiased Raw says he's simply sending a message, is what 2K is saying. I was infantry too, 2K. Thank you for your service, says 6'8" Aquarius. McGuy says Molly has mastered the art of making you look like a Room 9 alumni. You bring a gun, she'll bring napalm, says McDice. Ramon the Goat says Nat Turner 2K on the panel tonight. White Jodeci says 2K got single mother emotions. Mr. Bubble says black people need to stop complaining about white people when black people know more people who look like them that hurt people who look like them. And MP says he gonna crash out. He should have got the cops. Kids, y'all demons.
Oh, come on, man.
Tyrant says talking about the system ain't fair, but you would give your life up to an unfair system that makes no sense. 2K. Silver Quee says all I see are people who will go stand in the corner and cry like a child in timeout. If anything pops off, look at you, 2K. Mott says if 9 isn't OD, I meant. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Y'all nigga done charge me up. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Well, maybe I need to come up with a subject that's gonna calm you down.
Nah. I'm going at Molly Nick all night tonight. I'm a pit bull.
No, sir, you're not gonna give that corny guy. What's his name? Shaq something. 2X.
Oh yeah, shout out to that Shaq.
All he does is clip up women. Not today. Not today.
I'm going
Or give me my
I'm
10%
at
off
Molly
these
Nick.
videos. He's trying to make me a celebrity. You and 2K, like, I don't get it.
The cop that killed his son, that is, says MP. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and calm 2K down. I'm gonna switch it. I was gonna go to something else, but I'm gonna go to something different. The Met Gala. All right, it was a lot of black men. Come on, Slimmy. This is right up your alley.
No, this ain't nowhere near up my alley. Not when. No, I'm gonna be like Ava was last night.
We gotta talk
went
about
to
it.
100.
It's too much of this.
Good God.
It's too much of this and that Met Gala nonsense.
No, Slimmy. No, we got to talk about it, bro. So I'm gonna share, for example, one TikToker's perspective
the
about
Rainbow
what
Coalition.
happened at the Gala. It was curated by ASAP Rocky and I think Pharrell and some bunch of other people, whatever. So we can just stop at this really quickly, just in case Slimmy get a little bit uncomfortable. But in a general sense, this is, for example, one of the things. This is Shabuzi, who is a country singer type person. All right, just check it out.
Why does every black man in Hollywood get forced into feminization once they reach stardom? Mind you, the theme of the Met Gala is about black men influencing fashion. So why is he, a black man, dressed like a bohemian woman? And if this was really how he wanted to look, that'd be okay. But this man looks visibly uncomfortable. And after what Cat Williams had to say, I'm asking a lot of questions.
I don't know why they have that dude calling another nigga gay.
That makes it even better.
Wait. So they got a sassy man to cover it too.
He looks like a street.
Yeah, sassy man talking shit about another sassy man. That shit weird.
Okay, well, here's the thing, guys. All right, sassy men galore. Men are showing up to the Met Gala dressed sassy. What are your thoughts? And then what do you take away from this whole situation? Anybody can go.
I think what's his name, Andre 3000. He showed up standing on business with his piano on his back. So shout out to him.
I think he looked like a street fighter or something, not like a woman. But I also think that
he was just like Raiden.
But I do think that there's an agenda to feminize black men in general, and if these are the people that the little boys are supposed to be looking up to, they're putting the message that they want out there. They want everybody to be feminized. Except for the women. But anyway, carry on.
Ray, what do you think about this?
I'd have to second that. I think that it's like a trend. It's like a trend, especially black men to which obviously it's nothing new. This isn't the first time that we've seen that at the Met Gala as far as guys pretty much dressing up like women. And then you have a lot of the women there who are dressing up like dudes this year. I saw a lot of that too. So I don't know. It's just very weird. I didn't get to see a lot of the looks, but it was weird.
Carrie, through a Christian woman's eyes, how do you see this?
I'll be honest, I no longer understand the whole Met Gala thing. I was talking to my husband earlier. I was like, at one point in time, I feel like the Met Gala and like New York Fashion Week happen once a year. And now I feel like every month there's a Met Gala now. So I don't get it. I do know that there is a different level of artistry when it comes to like avant-garde and all these different kind of like outlandish types of fashion and presenting yourself. But I do agree with what I think Kim might have said it first. I do think that this is just giving more and more permission for men to dabble in the feminine pool and women to be wherever, I don't know what pool they're in anymore. It's making it way more acceptable. But I don't get it. I didn't understand the purpose of this.
I mean, to me, it's hey, I feel like y'all are more online to wear this type of clothes because like y'all be acting like bitches anyway, so you might as well put on the bitch attire. Okay, hey, if the police feel like they can just come kill your son, then hey, let's just throw these niggas a dress to put on, and I know they'll do that. So I mean, this is right on line with you guys advocate for, if you ask me. So I shit, this it right here. This the look. We might as well dress like bitches be acting like them.
I don't even know what to respond to from that.
Yeah, this bad.
Now, that's the uniform, man. Hey,
I
but
have no idea what he's saying.
I just think they get the new stars like that for real. Because you couldn't get like an OG like Future or like Q Diddy said, Andre 3 Stacks. You couldn't get them to put that on. So that might be the entry fee for the new celebrity.
You know how much weird ass shit Andre?
I will say,
But it ain't gay though. That nigga had a piano on, nigga.
Didn't he have on a tutu before?
This time,
he did it on his own. He ain't do it because he was at this event.
No, you think he did it on his own?
Okay,
that's you assuming. You don't know.
That's fair.
I was a little disappointed in what Halle Berry had on.
I was horribly disappointed by that.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
normal. That's not.
We ain't gonna do no.
I mean, at least he got on pants and the shirt. Like, at least it looks like a male
That looks like
outfit.
That looks like male attire. But his hair, I didn't know he did his hair like that.
Sparkling.
He cut his dreads.
It looked like a tracksuit. He just slapped a tie with it. That's what it
And
looked like.
rolled with some glitter.
Yeah, it looked kind of tacky, but you know,
tacky. Slimmy, what are you talking about, bro? Hey, hello, man. Ain't no Future Slim.
It does look like a tracksuit with a tie.
My nigga,
tracksuits are fitted. They're not
no Future slander will be tolerated on this live. Future's the thought god. Y'all niggas ain't for to say shit bad about Future.
No, you said that Future.
What?
Ain't gonna be like that at the Met Gala, so I wanted to show you what he
wouldn't. Future
that's not feminine. That's not feminine. It got it got some sequence in there, which is
sequence are feminine as fuck.
He was walking a fine line with that, but it could be posed as iced out. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like it's supposed to
gay adjacent,
be icy. It's supposed to be icy. It's supposed to be icy. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But the hair, that was looking crazy.
How the hell looking crazy? It ain't no different than when them niggas got.
His hair ain't blonde. It's actually gold, but whatever.
I don't see nothing bad Future had.
So you was rocking with what Future rocked?
Y'all niggas be fans, man. This nigga talking. You can't speak on Future, bro. Suck his dick, then, bitch ass nigga. Not you, 2K. I'm talking about a nigga in the chat.
Let me ask you a question. Let me just ask a quick question. So why can't any of the men dress like men at the Met Gala? Why is it always either super feminine or is borderline feminine? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why is there
Dwayne Wade had on a normal suit, but y'all don't want to show him because y'all think he's gay.
I didn't even know that. I don't. Well,
yeah,
I didn't.
He had a normal ass suit on.
I didn't look at all of the people that was at the Met Gala.
I did. He had a normal ass suit on.
We probably need to look at who dresses, like
who
the designers are.
What was
we know the designers are zesty.
Wait, what was his nail? Wait, what was his nails doing, Quentin?
They were black.
I really don't. Maybe he got an endorsement.
Oh Lord!
He got an endorsement. He got an endorsement, all right.
Oh no, bro.
Would y'all ever go to the Met Gala
Because I just looked it up. A lot
If I
of
had
the
something to wear.
celebrities don't have to pay to go, and this is an opportunity for fashion designers to put them in their stuff. So I just wonder how much of it is based. Well, yeah, because some of these people probably don't even know the purpose of the Met Gala. They just, it's a who's who be there, you know, in the entertainment industry. So, and if you don't have your own, I don't know if a lot of men even have their own sense of like male fashion. It seems like male and female fashion have become all one.
Yeah, I can see that.
It seems easier for men to be accepting of a designer being like, yeah, wear this. This is the look. And it's like, but it's a skirt, but it's the look.
Future
Okay.
did look like Future did have a little bit of Wanda Sykes going on in there.
Yeah. Like I said, no Future slander will be tolerated. Now.
I'm not hating on his game and what he's doing and how he's knocking down. I'm not hating on who he's knocking down. I just said he looked like Wanda Sykes.
Oh, because of the hair.
Yeah,
he looked like
the hair looked crazy.
He'd say it was stud attire.
Yeah, I better.
I mean, though, if I don't understand why they going to this shit if they know it's like a zest fest.
It ain't a zest fest, but
why you even there?
I do.
It is a zest fest.
Because they looking for
zesty nigga in the video. Wait. It's a zesty nigga. Wait a minute. It's a zesty nigga covering it in the video, talking about a zesty nigga acting as if he not zesty.
They try to gay all these gay men too.
Zesty niggas cover news, Slimmy, believe it or not.
No.
We tired of
so
the
then
agenda.
it's a zest fest. Why are straight people trying to go?
Slimmy,
why would straight people be there? Why would you want to be there? Why would you want to be there? Let's just be real. Hold on. You going to a gay club, 2K?
No, I do not.
Okay, so why are you condoning them going to a gay fest?
Rita's working on her Met Gala hookup right now.
Is Future gay? No.
She really
I'm
is.
I'm asking if this is predominantly
I'm about to show Rita
a feminine event. Why are straight people going?
It's not predominantly a feminine event, bro. It's not that.
You crazy.
Some niggas that show up rocking feminine shit. It's not
crazy.
And it's
not
possible
LGBT.
You crazy.
There are probably men there who are dressed like men who aren't being shown because that goes against the agenda.
I mean,
so if that's how you want, so if this is how you want to promote the event, we showing off. If you're not showing the men that's in regular attire, you're pretty much promoting that this is a feminine event.
Facts my way.
Oh, I don't get it.
So wait a minute. Wasn't Kendrick Lamar at a fashion show? Would y'all consider what he was wearing when he went to be zesty?
What did he wear? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this ain't a zesty situation, bro. Some niggas do.
I think you off with that.
Add it to the list. If you dress at the Met Gala, you gay.
What about Pusha T? Would y'all consider what Pusha T was wearing gay?
No, but Pusha T
what was he wearing? What are you asking right now?
Yeah,
you gotta show it. You gotta show it. Cause I ain't seen nothing.
I ain't seen none of that stuff.
No.
Nigga, y'all consider what Jesus was wearing was gay?
I don't want to keep pulling up all of this stuff, but whatever. So y'all do y'all endorse men going to fashion shows and stuff?
Yes.
Why not?
Yes. Russell Westbrook runs up a bag with his fashion shit.
Yeah,
I've been in a fashion show before. I used to model, and I ain't never wear no zesty shit, and there wasn't no zesty shit going on.
Why are you laughing, 2K?
I got to see how Slimmy walked the aisle, man.
What you mean how I walk? I walk like a man. I walk like a man. It's a swagger. You don't walk like no fucking woman. That's what swagger is, dog.
What are you laughing at, Quinn?
So this is something that built over time.
Quinn, what is the problem?
It's time for Slimmy to rock the runway, man. Come on, Slimmy. It's time, bro.
No, I ain't no rock no runway, not with the shit they doing now.
Hey, give
Hell no.
me the solo screen, bro. She's trying to scratch your stuff, bro.
I don't model anymore, man. What do you mean?
Oh, Slimmy Hendrix, man.
No, I ain't wearing nothing like that. I had on a tuxedo.
I used to model in high school though. What?
I had on a tuxedo.
I was on the modeling squad. It was all the bitches was on the squad.
Molly, your eyes couldn't have gone any further back in your head.
I don't understand what's so funny. Y'all never met
Molly?
anybody that modeled before?
Molly, what's wrong?
No, I was just laughing at 2K how he said high school. Like,
I used to model.
Yeah, I used
Well,
to
if
model
you
in
used to
high
model,
school
what's the
too.
problem, nigga?
It ain't no
I was,
problem.
high school
Was you
was how
laughing?
long ago?
I was on
Like,
the
can we
modeling
still count
squad,
high
bro.
school after like your third decade of life?
Glamour shots in this bitch.
Walk off. I think y'all should strut down a runway, see who does it best.
No, I ain't into that.
Molly, you
No.
Molly, you look like you got a little JC Penney model in you. You ain't never
What?
Mm-mm.
You ain't never get your JC Penney model.
I'm not a camera in front of the camera. I would be like the director or something behind the
You a
scenes
hand model.
or the producer. I wouldn't be the model. And I'm short.
So
No.
wait a minute. How did all of y'all guys get into
I was calling the bitches. I ain't gonna even hold you.
How did y'all get into modeling?
I got
I went to acting school.
I never
went to
modeled.
acting school. I went to Caramu.
I did nigga shit. I played football.
I played football too. And basketball.
And modeled.
You got time when you a kid. I went to acting school when I was a kid. I was like 4 or 5 years old. That's how I know kids don't be bad like Anton talking about.
They do be bad.
Yeah, they do, Slimmy.
That nigga said, I know kids don't be bad because I went to acting school when I was 5.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It
Slim ass. It
was a joke. All right. Don't have no joke. Don't slip up. I'm a roast your punk ass. I guarantee you.
I know
It was a joke, my nigga.
Because I used to be 5, nigga.
Kim, what do you think about all of this?
Hello, Kim, wait. Don't be laughing at the models.
What do you say?
I'll be laughing at us models now.
In deference. I love that you were modeling. I'd love to see your headshots. That'd be great.
Glamour shots. Rita said glamour shots by Deb.
How they used to
Yeah,
take
that was on Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
So they took the pictures in the mall like this.
Never. Never.
Let me pull up my portfolio.
Please do. Please.
Let me pull up my portfolio, man. So I can...
I feel uncomfortable.
But in real life,
let me read these super chats. We're gonna go over to the next subject. Enough of this shit. Mort Bless says a zesty Kung Lao is what he was.
Yeah.
Ismail Singleton says they're making black men the face of homosexuality. Cash Howard says he looked like a strong black woman. Kirsten says I'm conspiracy on this, and I believe it's in their contracts being controlled to do so. Met Gala gives off Hunger Games Capitol type feel.
Hey, it do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it do.
Mont says the fashion world is gay. I don't know why guys aspire to be a part of it. And 2K Andre started the ish a while ago.
Okay.
Mont says Future, that N word, that nigga, but that fit was bullish.
What's not wrong with it fit?
Mioli says it's all turn the other cheek until you lose a child. Mr. Robinson says I used to respect Pharrell when he used to rock Bathing Ape, Sussy, and Nike SB sneakers and all his skateboard attire. Nowadays, ever since he made that song Happy, we've been gay ever since. Mont says I would go to the Met Gala, but I'm dressing masculine in a nice suit like an award show, not interested in pushing an envelope. Mr. Robinson said, I don't understand the point of going though, but Mr. Robinson says, P.S. ASAP Rocky said he takes Rihanna clothes and wear them.
What?
Say with y'all, why are you gay? Mont says, not 2K all fashion shows are feminine. Hip Hop Now says they all gay, dressing like zesty Power Rangers. Mont Deja says Slimmy was a Foreman Mills model. Slimmy McDyke says Slimmy Shrug like the dude in America's Next Top Model. Overtime Medical says Gary and Molly.
Hey, at that meetup, I swear y'all better be dressed to the fucking nines on disrespecting your whole fit, bitch ass nigga.
God damn.
Oh shit!
I swear to God. I swear on everything. Don't come half ass.
Gary and Molly cooking, take good care of the 2K. Julius Jermaine says Slimmy walking down the runway like he about to drop 40 and walk back and go down on 2. Great B.
Fuck you.
What did Slimmy model Elmo suit? Mr. Robinson says, Slimmy, I did a little modeling when I was younger. Thank God I got out a little earlier because nowadays they would give you a tuxedo with the ass out, with the ass cut out.
Hell no.
I can't be up all night with y'all. Carrie be trying to act like she don't be listening. She be laughing and shit.
That shit was terrible.
After hours with the strong black model said red and white. Hip Hop Now says when you go to the end of the runway, did you put your hands on your hips and do the duck lips with the intense face?
He asking you, 2K.
Nah, I ain't do that. I used to do a slow spin.
All right.
Trying to make eye contact.
You can't break that for a while now. Slimmy know that.
Y'all a mess. All right, let me get into some other stuff. Quick hit, another quick one for y'all. Let's see what y'all gonna say about this. A man takes his girl over to her ex's house because she says she needed closure. No, Slimmy, this may be a real thing. Check it out.
What the fuck?
It's
How was it, baby?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good closure for me and for him, and like hopefully we can be friends in the future.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be happy.
Now we can worry about our future. I love you, baby.
Love you.
So the question is, Slimmy, what is the problem?
Yeah, Anton, I'm finna take out, bro. Cause what?
No, sick. Where are you going?
Speechless.
Huh?
I'm speechless.
What do you mean you're speechless?
What do you mean? Closure.
He took his fiance.
Better now than later, right? 2K.
Yeah, he took his fiance over to the ex's house.
Wait, that was his fiance? No.
Yeah, he took his fiance to her ex's house so she can get closure before they got married.
Hello, Anton, maybe she went to go. She needed her clothes from over there. Maybe they were.
No, they went. She hugged him. She talked to him. She got closure.
Why is she crying? She was
right.
What was all of that?
That killed it for
did
me.
she want to get married?
I have a feeling he watches her have sex with other men.
Obviously.
No.
What is the problem? What is it? Okay, so let me start at the top. Molly.
That's simpery at its finest.
What do you think about this, Molly?
Molly loves it.
No, I mean it's just weird. Like the dynamics is, well, it's a simp and a pick me, and they make this is a simp and pick me's relationship together. That's all I saw. This is how it plays out in real life and in real time.
I need you to explain this white shit, Molly. You got to do a little better. Come on now, you always capable for the white
I'm
people.
not white. I don't know.
Explanation
I don't need closure from no man, so I can't answer that. My man would never drop me off over an ex's house to get some closure either. So
Because you don't
he
need
asked
it.
me.
Cause
There was 2 girlfriends chatting it up in the car. You know, nowadays these women look for their men to be a little bit gay, so that's their relationship. This is the new age relationship, and at least it was a man and a woman, so I can't be mad.
I'm trying to process this, Anton. I can't even think that it's real, bro. Like, I promise I can't process it in my head. And then he chaperoned the whole thing, bro. Like,
Yeah, that was weird. There's nothing wrong with closure, but she should have had that before she entered into a relationship with this new guy.
Man, what you need closure for? Like, what do you need closure for? That's your ex. You closed the door when you got with the new man.
I would have left her ass over there. And be honest.
Man, no, man. Ain't no way she just went over there and got a hug, man. That motherfucker wore her ass out. That motherfucker wore her ass out and she came downstairs crying because she missed it. That's what it is. And she got to go home and be with that motherfucker that drove off with her, man. He a bitch. Straight up. Ain't no way you going to take no woman over to no other man's house. How you going to take your woman over to another man's house?
If that was
out of here, man. That shit is fucking comedy. That's comedy right there, man. I cannot believe I just saw that.
I'd rather be killing random police officers than doing this shit.
This woman, she got in the car crying.
Yeah,
crying. Because she couldn't be with that man no more in your presence. You are a simp.
Yeah, that's
sensational.
I feel like he probably suggested it. Like she was probably all upset. Saw a post or something with his new girl and her Beyonce. Like, well, why don't you just go over there and get close?
But it do speak a lot to the relationship customer service of a white man. So besides a stud got hands down the best relationship customer service. Right under that will be a white man. Now they accommodate their women very, very, very well. So I could see this be a part of their playbook, bro. This ain't even a bad.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Unbelievable. The world gets more unbelievable every day.
How should she have got closure?
By staying with the nigga.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with getting closure, but why be with somebody
can't be in another
then get closure? Right.
What's the most effective way to get closure?
Fuck her one more time. That's it. Fuck her one more time. Look over her trash can and see condom wrappers in that motherfucker, and be like, "Damn, she ain't shit."
Wait, going through the trash?
Nah, you can see them in the thing over there. You don't got to look. You don't got to go through it.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I care. Like, nah, this bitch been fucking. I ain't been gone number 2 weeks. Hell nah, that's all the clothes I keep.
Nah, this ain't no 2 week thing. I don't think that's no 2 week thing. She crying, man.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
That's wild.
And they're about to get married.
Wait, what?
That's the worst. That's the fiance.
Oh, hell no. Hey, man, she gonna run that whole relationship.
Absolutely. And in 5
She's gonna run that whole relationship.
She's gonna have a baby, and they're not gonna know who that baby belongs to.
Yeah, and so I can't lie, I'm speechless, bro.
Oh my God. How many pair of pants she on?
Why y'all acting so extra?
Now, this is very far from the norm.
Anton, this is exactly why the divorce rate is at 50% in this country, because we suck at relationships.
Understanding.
You said you understand this?
I understand it from the lens of the guy that was hugging on the girl in order to give her closure.
Oh, wait.
Because he's got nothing to lose.
He's the winner here. Man, imagine him on the Xbox.
I told you what he did. He smashed. Right there.
No, he didn't smash. He didn't smash. He was just listen. She identified what she needed for closure. He gave it to her. I'm trying to understand what the problem is.
Anton,
Man,
The
ain't no
problem
way
is
it take.
not the fact that she got closure, it's when she got it. That's the issue.
Hey, why do you need closure when you already in another relationship? That shit is over. It's dead. It's
that
over. It's done.
nigga own
Well,
your
everybody not always over a
No.
situation.
Well, I'm gonna okay, let me put it like this. So since you needed closure from an old relationship, I don't got nothing to do with you no more. Ain't no wedding, ain't nothing. We done. Like that shit dead. Why are you still worried about what you had going on with him when you
To
supposed
her,
to be with me?
maybe they wanted to tie up some loose ends before their actual marriage.
But she was
Maybe they were
crying.
just tying up loose ends, being
Y'all
done
got
with the
it.
past, like making it official. I mean, I guess some people need
Nah.
closure. I think it's dumb.
And see,
But
this
what's
why
she crying for?
this why I support that sneaky shit.
Because
Because
white girls cry a lot. Like, let's be honest, they cry. That's what they do.
if you gonna do something like that, go sneak and do that type of shit there. Like this why I mind my business, so you can have the freedom to go do some shit like
Well, what if it was the fiance's idea? What if it was the man's idea for her to do that? What if that is what he needed to make him feel better about marrying her?
that nigga own your girl. He finna tell all his
I
fellas.
think that's probably what happened.
I mean, but he might not see it like that
She
because
seemed like she probably
that's about
got
to be his
pictures
wife.
and like a whole bunch of stuff, and he probably like, you ain't even over him.
Yeah,
Why
so
don't
it
we
would,
He
it
sound
would
like he
be
don't care
over.
about.
It would
closure
be
and
over.
move forward?
He ain't
I
worried
don't
about the ex.
understand, man.
He's
I don't
not worried about the
understand.
ex so much. He drove her over there. He's not worried about the ex.
That's some weird ass shit.
Yeah,
Hey
that's
Slimmy,
stupid.
hey Slimmy, guess what I just did, bro? I
What?
just took Sarah to her ex nigga house so they can get closure. Slimmy for the block out, Slimmy for the block me, hang up in my face. Like, that what is we talking about? How?
And Anton trolling, man. I ain't buying this.
Oh.
I think that it's a lot of people that get into listen, think about it from this lens. And I know that, guys' egos get bruised and things like this. But there's things that women experience, and this is the part of the conversation that I think is not being explored. There are things that women experience that they still think about, you just don't know about.
But that's cool. I don't know about it. That's fine.
But wait. So my thing is there are things that women bring into relationships with guys, and they can't unsee what they saw, and so they don't really have the closure that they need in order to be able to thrive in a new relationship. That's just the truth. It's the honest to God truth. And so listen, some women have more than one guy, but every woman at some point in their life, most of them will experience that one guy that left an impression over that she never really got over, even if they broke up and it was amicable.
I can't help you. I can't help you enough to take you back to that dude and get closure. I can't help you with that.
No, I'm not.
And
That's not what I'm saying. We passed that part. So we passed that. What I'm saying is, no, we're past that part of the conversation. What I'm saying is, every woman at some point experiences a dude, or if they're lucky, they'll get to experience a dude that will leave an impression on them for the rest of their life. You may not know about it. They may not necessarily tell you about it, but it's absolutely a real thing.
Maybe you know that's not how this works. No, that's not how this works.
I'm just telling you. And but sometimes it may be you that leave that impression on her. And maybe you'll marry her, and maybe y'all be together forever. But a lot of times it don't happen that way. And
that doesn't explain how you get into a new situation and you looking back.
People get into
because new situations might come before you get closure from an old one.
Well, okay, fine, but not all the way until you about to get married again.
Well,
what are we talking about?
If you never get the closure, then you don't have the closure.
Then you don't need to be in a new relationship.
Well, that's true, but
and you definitely don't need to be engaged.
That's true too, but sometimes timing doesn't work like that.
Y'all tripping. No,
Baby,
this
no,
is
that's not how this
no,
works.
this is out of control.
That's not how this works.
This is out of control. Like, ain't no way. There's no way you should be looking back that far. Like once you engaged. What? Out of all the things that we say up here,
Yeah, man, I need some cocaine. I ain't gonna even hold it. Hey, when life is confused,
oh man, need some shenanigans tonight, man. Need some shenanigans. Fuck this. I don't know what's going on, man.
Well, maybe it could have been a recent breakup. Some people move on really quick.
They got
No, you
engaged.
can't.
They
A
could
recent
have they
breakup.
could have met each other and 6 months later got engaged. So we really don't know.
But how do you even open your heart up enough to move that far into a relationship where you're engaged and you're healed?
Because that's what they
situation.
that's what some white people do. They be ready to get married. We'll wait.
Man.
They won't. They gonna take their opportunity.
So I mean, do you know how many obstacles we're skipping here? So we skipping the obstacle of the man, like, yo, what happened in your last relationship? What happened? Like, you ain't tell this motherfucker you still attached to somebody?
That's why I think that he probably discovered that she was still like attached.
What a mess!
Oh, I thought that was one of y'all at first.
No, that's what's his name? Jason, Jason Lee Peterson? Nah, this dead, man. This dead. Like you ain't
So
no.
you're not taking your girl over to get the closure.
Yeah, I'll take over.
First off, hey, this is the thing. That ain't my girl. If she needs some closure with somebody else,
take over there.
That ain't my girl.
I definitely take
already said that shit over with. Like you coming to me, you talking to we about to get married. You talking about, hey, I might need closure with this. Bitch,
So what if you're engaged and you discover that she has like a whole keepsake box of all of her exes, like photos, letters, everything.
Amazing.
What do you... Come back, Slimmy.
Cancel.
What do you do?
Cancel. There ain't no questions about that. I'm good. I can't.
That's different, though. That's different.
What's different?
That's bad.
I knew.
What's different about that? Oh, Ray, you got some collection of your exes?
I don't have any exes, sir, but I will say, well, men even do that. Like if you go back like throughout decades or whatever, married couples, you'll see that a lot of married couples they'll talk about how, they may have had like little chess things that they don't talk about. They're not obviously attached to it, but it's just memories prior to them being married. It's just something that both individuals are mostly it's the men, but I don't see anything wrong with that.
I had to throw away my whole.
They're not crying over those people. This girl was crying over the fact that she was getting married, but not to her ex. And honestly, I believe that this will be the start of the villain era for that said guy, for her fiance, because I believe she's going to end up hurting that man because she's not over her ex. She's not.
I had to throw
that
away
man
my
gonna
whole
fuck around and be whooping her ass for every little thing she do.
I used to have a collection of panties that I had to throw away. From all my kills, and I had to throw them away, bro. So you definitely ain't finna get no closure from another motherfucking cuz you
a pot smoking slut.
You think I'm finna take you over your nigga house, baby? You finna get left there, and that's just it.
Now, what if they both were visiting their exes? Like it's a thing.
The whole time
getting married, and they're just
the
like,
whole car got to go.
And make sure that all these things are like over and done with.
Oh, I guarantee you they going to swinger parties the next week. I guarantee you they going to swinger parties. Ain't no way you. Come on, man.
They have a joint wedding.
This shit is insane.
Like, cuz that just ain't it, bro. It just ain't it, bro.
Yeah, that's some weirdo shit. Closure to her. Oh, everybody need closure, man. God dang. Nah, that's
I
pretty
want no
big.
petty thief. They was handed to me as rewards. The hell?
Oh, that's what's up.
Wards.
Yeah,
Like
reward.
little.
Oh, I don't want to keep no draws.
Some of them be crunchy.
Why they sound crunchy? Why they sound crunchy?
Do you leave it crunchy or do you wash it?
No, just play. I ain't never got no crunchy. Well, I ain't never received no crunchy panties. I seen some before though. That shit was disgusting. I went through with it because I had already made the trip.
Oh, that's what's gonna be my next question. You still? Oh,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
proceed.
man.
You can't proceed.
Nah, bro. Shit, I spent $10 on gas. I had to.
Nah, you go see somebody else.
Nah, bro. I filled up the tank because I couldn't. I had to see that through.
Oh, this is a while ago. You said you filled up the tank on 10.
Hell yeah. I would have had a bubble Chevy back then, shit, yeah. Ain't nothing like some crunchy coochie, but whatever.
I don't think that any woman ever really gets closure from some of their previous situations. I think that they just learn to live with it. Honestly.
That's all humans. Anton, you remember when we had that argument? I told you that I still remember getting my heart broke in like the 3rd grade, and y'all was laughing at me. And I was saying, us as humans, we never get closure. We just adapt and move on.
No, some of us do. Some of us is over some of the things that didn't happen in our life.
I don't think so. We just suppress the thought. Like
I
you
don't
can
know.
never, like you can never get over the first girl that cheated on you because the way you put up a lifelong guard stems back from the first.
Unless
girl.
you never get cheated on or that you know of.
Oh, we all get cheated on. Unless we all got cheated on.
I don't believe that.
You don't think we got to you? I can't talk to Anton. He'll fucking unicorn. But Slim and Q Diddy.
Because and let me tell you why. Because there's some guys that go through life, for example, that they never get into a serious enough situation where you can consider her sleeping with another guy as getting cheated on in the first place. He just understood what it is.
But that it hurts just as equal. Somebody smashing your favorite chick, the one you want to be in a relationship with.
Not if you never make her your favorite chick. I mean, she's just a chick.
She your favorite chick. If she smashing somebody else, that still hurts.
I don't think so.
Just because you didn't make her your girlfriend don't mean that it don't hurt.
So if you never made her your chick, then you would still be hurt when another, because she was already getting smashed before you got her.
Exactly, but that don't matter. If she hurt, if she fucking another nigga while she entertaining me.
Wait. Why do y'all think that every single guy in the world that never got cheated on? I don't understand that part.
Nigga, do you know these women we talk to?
Every single guy in the world that got cheated on?
I'm pretty sure 100% of the chat they've been cheated on, whether they know it or not.
All
men.
2600 plus is watching this right now.
Hell yeah, why? Anton, they watching you trying to heal. The fuck you think they here for? They trying to heal, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
To the one nigga on the planet that ain't got cheated on. That's you, Anton.
I don't think so. I think it's a lot of guys that ain't got cheated on before.
Shit, do a poll.
What do you mean do a poll? I'm not talking to you these broken niggas.
YouTube. Tell one of your moderators to drop a
Slimmy, have you ever got Slimmy, have you ever got cheated on before?
No, hell no.
Thank you.
But how you mean knowingly? Because you don't technically.
No. Don't try and preference nothing, Carrie. Stop.
Sorry,
Stop.
be quiet.
Stop. And what I said what I said. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Got cheated on.
I never got cheated on, bro. Never. And I ain't never cheated on nobody. Never. Now shit happened once I got out my relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like once she said some foul shit. Well, I thought it was she hung up the phone on me. Shit, she said she wasn't fucking with me no more. Shit, I want to handle my business. I don't give a fuck.
See, you ain't never been cheated on.
I ain't never been cheated on. And
So
I ain't never cheated on nobody.
I mean, we already at a 50% clip right now.
No,
Quinn, you never been cheated on, right? But you was the cheater.
Please.
I don't cheat.
They haven't knowingly been.
Oh, I thought you said you had cheated on the one girl. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad.
I didn't say,
I apologize.
No, here, talk your
All
shit.
right. Bet.
Like that's why
I got you.
That's
Carrie
why
is
I don't
being
get when women be like, if you wanted to go mess with her, you should have just broke up with me. And it still hurt the same.
I just think it's interesting when people are so sure about it. That's all. But I'm not trying to say y'all got cheated on. You might not have gotten cheated on.
Carrie, you been cheated on for? I'm not saying that
I
with you.
got cheated on, and they sent pictures, and it was hurtful. So I never cheated after that.
I'm not laughing for pain, Quentin.
And how many men have you cheated on? You look like a solid 3.
How many what?
How many men have you cheated on?
I don't know what that means.
I said Kimmy.
Why do you think that I cheated on 3?
Oh shit! Because every woman was born to break a man. You ain't no different. So how many? How many?
2K, I don't know what you're talking about.
How many men have you cheated on in your life?
I don't know why we're assuming that I'm a cheater.
You're not a cheater. You just cheated. Different. How many? 3?
That is not what I said. That was the number that you came up with, and I'm not really sure why.
What is the number?
Yeah, I'm with that. I plead the 5th. But how do we? Well, I mean, how are you defining cheating anyway?
Whoa! You plead the 5th about what?
Cheating.
Oh, no. You gotta disclose.
Just like black men don't cheat, black women don't cheat either.
No. You sound like a cheater.
She have cheated.
Y'all motherfuckers just calling me red flags last week. Now you ain't gonna fess up on cheating. Get the fuck out of here. You gonna confess.
I didn't call you a red flag.
I'm the Pope. I'm the Pope right now. Confess.
You can look at Molly and think
confess.
Molly cheated all through elementary and middle school.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Molly was going to the highest bidder, whoever had the snacks.
No. I was joking. I don't think Molly was no cheater.
Whoever had the freshest J's.
Listen, there you go. Thank you, Molly. Now I'm gonna tell you about Ray, because Ray, she's the most deceptive cheater. Now she cheated one time and it broke her down. She cried about it. So who was it? Who was it, Ray? How many times?
Once again, I don't have any exes, so I would have to been with somebody to cheat.
We know Carrie had to get her lick
What you
back.
mean you don't have no exes? Hold on, that's the second time you said that.
Carrie, you did one time too, didn't you?
You never been in a relationship?
My love life is not up for discussion, Slimmy.
Ooh. Oh, but you can discuss other people's.
Yeah,
oh, but you can discuss other people. No, don't get down this shit, but you can discuss other people's.
When did I talk about anybody else?
That's how we do here.
Lord have mercy.
You pull up a topic, we talk about somebody
Lord
else.
have mercy. Strike her down. Strike her down right now. Strike her down right now.
Oh yeah.
Strike her down right now.
No, Slimmy. If you're talking about last week, I forgot who. Someone had asked you a particular question in regard to the conversation that we were having. You were only used as an example. I did not dig into your love life at all.
You moved the goalpost though.
I did not.
Yeah,
I
you
evolved the
definitely
conversation.
did. You the one that started talking about marriage.
I only brought up marriage because you said you didn't want a baby mama if you had children. I evolved the conversation. You took it somewhere else that it didn't have to go.
Ray cheat like Erica Badu. She try to justify her own cheating.
Woo-wee. That's the worst type of person right there, boy.
Yeah.
That is horrible right there.
I have cheated before.
I evolved the conversation. No,
Nah,
you
y'all,
moved the
y'all,
motherfucking
y'all,
goalposts.
you
It's
know what the
good.
interesting part about it is that it's so funny because y'all skip right over Carrie, and y'all
we
act
didn't.
like, yes, you did. Yes, you
Carrie
did.
saw
Y'all glossed over and you skip right over her. And because Carrie is into her word
Such
now
a
and all of this
hater.
stuff,
Carrie, how
it's
many times?
amazing. It's amazing to
We
me.
know. We
Y'all have
know.
no clue who Carrie is. It's so amazing to me. But that's my homegirl, so I'm gonna hold her down.
No, Carrie, go ahead. How many times?
He gonna hold you down right under the bus. You see that?
You see what
I'm
I'm
holding her
saying?
down. I'm holding her down. I just said y'all skipped over her, but I'm holding her down. I got her back.
1, 2, or 3, Carrie. You ain't no cheater. I can't see you doing it a bunch.
We talking about a
Is
lifetime.
it MIRK or
No.
MURK?
Think about this. We ain't talking about our current situation. We talking
No,
about a
we're not.
lifetime.
We're not.
Right? In a lifetime, Carrie has evolved. You know, she has become a better person in life in
I
general.
was not a serial cheater in college. 2 times.
When they look up like this,
2 times.
That means 6. That means
2
6.
times.
You know you got to
No,
multiply times 3.
wasn't going. I knew y'all were gonna ask me.
You always got to multiply times 3.
It was 2 times.
Okay. So
look at, hey, what's wrong? Hold on, Q Diddy. What is the problem over there? Like, Quentin, you all right, bro?
I'm disappointed.
Why?
Everyone always a Christian, bro.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting in bed last night thinking about Molly and I think Molly is probably the most loyal person on this panel.
You ain't loyal to her. You was in the group chat talking about that.
And I think that Molly, I think she is who she is. You're gonna get what you get, but she's loyal.
Jesus, man. Jesus.
Slimmy, what's wrong, bro?
Man, that nigga just put the cape on. What the fuck?
Yeah. In fact, I
fucking Clark Kent over here, man. What happened?
I appreciate you, Quentin.
On this
Thank
panel,
you.
I think Molly might be the first one to leave a situation if something go wrong.
No, she not.
Hell yeah, she is.
I don't think so. Absolutely not.
Nope.
Yeah, but Molly gonna get out of
Because I thought about it last week when y'all niggas tried to take my wrench. All y'all niggas needed an excuse. And Molly was not. Nope, that's my nigga.
Hey, Quentin hit us. You know, I was sick as laying in bed.
Sorry, I was on my couch. My bad.
Don't we need to address that? That you laying in bed thinking about Molly?
I was in my recliner. I'm sorry, that was the wrong place.
Oh, that is so hilarious. Y'all are the funniest people on the face of the earth. Oh my God. Shout out to my girl Carrie. I can't believe that you disclosed it, Carrie.
I mean, I know y'all think I'm so whatever, but yeah, no, I definitely
used to live. That's okay.
Well, I'm yeah.
Been alive.
Yeah.
We all do it.
I've
never seen her at a loss for words before, but
because I got to be
You wanna
careful
tell
about
them
what
what
I
they
say because you know I'm irking you.
That's all he said. Hello, Anton. I ain't gonna let that pass by now.
that's my girl. That's my homegirl.
That's your home. Wow.
But I will say that that's why I really do buy into, like being a virgin when you get married now. I buy into the idea that the whole boyfriend girlfriend thing is not necessary, especially at a young age. Like when I look back, I mean, I had my first boyfriend when I was like 6 or 7.
What the fuck?
I mean, it wasn't but you said
Yeah,
so I mean, it didn't mean, it didn't mean much of anything. But the point is like, what business do I have at 5 or 6 thinking about having a boyfriend? So I'm 42. So that's a lot of time between then and now. So yeah, I never want to be up here acting like I'm this perfect person who has not made some bad decisions, because I have. But I've learned.
Epitome of growth. Okay. You don't judge on her mistakes because you gave her opportunity to grow. Become who she is now.
Thank you, 2K.
Gotcha. I'm a
So
reform.
it makes sense because she tried to take my rim since he's a cheater, so it don't even matter.
When is he bitter about that?
Makes sense now.
All right, I got another question for y'all before I read super chats. Here, let's do this.
Hey, Slimmy, you did cheat.
Hold on, I got y'all.
You say who?
I wanted to honor my former wife, so I said, I'm going to get a tattoo of my former wife here with a crown and say my queen, her name was Ebony, and her name. I said, how would you feel about that? Because you would have to wake up to that every day, seeing it. Did you get a tattoo? Yeah, I got it. Yeah. And I watched them get.
At this point.
So,
wait, what?
So the guy, the woman that he's sitting next to now is his current wife. Okay. The woman that he's sitting next to her, that's his current wife. They're currently married. His former wife is deceased. Okay. You following me?
Okay.
Yes.
So he is a widow. Former wife is deceased. When he met his current wife, he still was allegedly grieving, quote unquote, over his past wife. And he said, I want to get a tattoo of her on my arm to honor her. And she went with him to get a tattoo of his former wife on his arm, to acknowledge her. Now, this is breaking out a conversation all over the internet right now about if it was appropriate, if it wasn't appropriate, or anything like that. So he got a tattoo of his deceased wife in the midst of marrying his current wife. Correct.
Yeah. Now, that's honorable because that's a lifetime contract that you just fulfilled. And if you want to get a rememoration of that tattooed on you, then that's cool. And you did everything by the book. That person died. It's solidified. I don't really see a problem with it.
Now, most of the women is saying that they don't like it. If it had happened before her, that was one thing, but to get it while he's in the current situation and getting married to the new girl is problematic. A lot of women are well, like I said, I'll for example, I'll play the rest of the video of the girl that was reacting to it, and I'll show you what she had to say, for example.
Oh, you know they ain't gonna be with that.
Did you get tattoos? Yeah, I got it. And I watched them get.
At this point, I hope to put a 300% tariff on microphones because the only time you guys want to sit in front of one is when a woman is being humiliated and embarrassed. Every week it's the same thing. Some couple where some married woman is talking about all she sacrificed in order to be a wife. And if the single women in the audience wouldn't put up with what they put up with, then quote unquote, that's why you're single. It's one thing if he already had the tattoo and he was married for 22 years and you're like, you know what, I can't worry about what's already done. But the man got the tattoo with you right there. Why didn't he decide to get the tattoo in the 22 years that he was married?
So a lot of women are disgusted at it, is what my point is. And they're saying that he should have got the tattoo while he was married or before her. But for her to go with him to get the tattoo to honor his deceased wife makes it problematic, and they wouldn't tolerate it, is my point. So the question then becomes, is it disrespectful? Is it something that you would tolerate, or is it something that you wouldn't be a part of and you would say no and you would reject it?
I don't see a problem with it. I don't like people's names on people in general. So that part I might have an issue with, but I would fully support that. And I think that if you haven't been in a position where your spouse died, you are walking in a privilege that this man is not walking in. And you have no idea what it feels like. You don't know what it might take for him to process this on a daily basis. And so I think that when you're speaking from a level of that privilege, you really shouldn't have much to say.
And so I kind of look at it like the NBA. Like when you playing, you did a cheat. When you playing at the moment, they don't put your jersey in a Raptor. Okay? That was his wife. She died. That tattoo is her Hall of Fame or her jersey hanging for commemoration. She did her job, tattooed this nigga name on the Hall of Fame, the Walk of Fame, whatever you want to put it. But she did her job to get that marker on her. Now you do the same. You go die, and I'm still your wife. Listen, I hang your jersey up too, baby. This a franchise.
But would you do it while you with the new girl? Is the question.
Yes, when they drop Kobe when they drop the banner, goddamn it, it's on a court full of new players. Kobe not there. So yes, the new players need to see what you get if you be great for this franchise. That you get a tattoo. Same thing for her. You do me right, baby. You get the left arm.
This makes me think of a previous relationship, and my beautiful name was strategically tattooed on my ex's upper right butt cheek.
You got a tramp stamp down there,
and I wonder what that tattoo looks like today. Brandon,
you didn't retire or die.
That's her husband's name.
You are so petty. Oh, you are like the most passively petty person I've ever met. Oh, God.
That's who she cheated with.
So you needed closure. This nigga still need closure.
Oh, y'all use all the subjects. That's good.
I don't understand this tattoo shit, man. Like that shit weird as fuck. You gonna
Why
get
you
a
say
dead person?
that? Why you say
gonna
that?
get a dead person tattooed on your body? I don't understand that shit, man.
Slimmy, you wouldn't do it?
I'm with you, Slimmy.
Nah, man, I'm good, dog.
Molly,
I'm
you
good.
don't care about nobody but Molly.
That shit weird as fuck to me. That shit weird.
Because
like, people
it's
be getting
just
random ass dead people put on them, man. Like that they don't even fucking know Abraham Lincoln and shit like that. Like that shit is just weird to me. It don't matter who it is. Like that shit is extremely strange. Like they're not here anymore. That tattoo
Do
ain't
you
gonna
have
bring
any
them back.
tattoos, Slimmy? You
No,
have
I don't
tattoos
get
at all?
tattoos. I don't get tattoos.
Oh,
That,
so I get so
that shit too
you don't.
permanent for me. I'm too fickle. Like when it come to artwork and stuff, I might not like that shit in 5 years. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, but like,
I think
that shit weird, man. That shit weird. Like having dead people on your body, I've never understood that obsession. And like I definitely don't understand how that helps him cope with losing his wife. Obviously, I don't understand that at all, but I don't understand how that helps him.
It don't help you, bro. It's just a Hall of Fame. It's just a presentation. Huh? Like, it's my first wife. She made it through with flying colors. She did it honorably. And for that, I'm going to forever have you on me. It's a tattoo.
What was
it
you
took
about
for
to
her
say,
to
man?
die, though, for you to get the tattoo. You couldn't honor her with the tattoo while she
I
was
honor her while
alive.
It's
You
not
were
gonna
so
change
lonely
anything.
and desperate that you found a desperate woman who would be accepting of something so disrespectful like that.
Okay, so
She's
you got
that second wife, she's just desperate. She was desperate for a man. She was desperate for a husband. No woman with some self-respect is gonna be okay with that. And then go.
No,
Like
I
maybe
don't
the
think
man looks
that's
better
just
than her, so
that's
she kind of gotta
valid.
do what he want, but there's no way.
I
Molly,
have
That's
you
disrespectful.
self-respect, and I would absolutely go with him to get it
That's
done.
harsh.
Like again, if you have not
That's an old
experienced
relationship. What you
I'm privileged.
What you need, you can remember her. Y'all were married for 22 years. I don't have to look at a tattoo of her for
You
you
might
to remember her. Like
that
I'm in the relationship too. I have to look at your
that good
body
old
too.
loyalty. This is the loyalty you was talking about.
Yes, I love Molly.
I got you.
Like, when I get to a certain point,
You got her name and she's not even here, and you don't have my name. Who's more important?
Look, that's jealousy.
That's not
That
jealous. She's not
is some
alive. How
logic
am
for
I
your
jealous? This is
ass.
just common
Jealousy.
sense. No, because if a woman had a baby daddy or a husband who died and got murdered, and then she got remarried with another man, and she's like, "Come on, babe, so I can get my ex's name tatted on me." Y'all would say he's a simp. He has no self-respect, just like y'all do. Did old dude who
Molly,
took
you have to
his
do
chick
your
to go
time.
see her
Hey,
ex? No, no, no. Y'all
yeah.
like to see women disrespect themselves.
Do your
But
time
when the
before.
shoe is on the other foot, it's a simp. So as a woman, I don't agree with seeing women do that. I think it sets a bad example for younger women. Have some self-respect, some self-esteem.
Molly, if
Like
you
that's
do
just
your time,
disrespectful. That's disrespectful. And some women are so desperate for a man, they'll do anything to get a man or keep a man, and they won't say anything. And then years later, y'all wonder why y'all randomly get divorced.
do your time, Molly, and you'll be happy when you get your pension at the end. Okay, you got to do the work to get the tattoo.
My
You don't
man's
get
not getting no woman's tattoo, no
You
name
gotta
tattooed on
die.
him.
Molly,
You gotta die.
Molly, would it be okay if your man got a tattoo of your name if you passed away?
I'm gonna be dead.
So it don't fucking matter.
That would be for his next woman to handle.
No, it ain't. That's for
Yes, it
your
is
all
because
your
that's who
hard
went with
work.
him to the tattoo shop.
That's for all your hard work.
I don't have to
Hey,
worry about that. My man
we
doesn't
have
have
we
tattoos
have
on his
breaking
body.
news in
He
the
don't have
chat.
no
Jazz
tattoos. I don't
agrees
have to
with
care
Molly.
or worry about is he gonna get a woman's name tattooed on him. He don't have nothing on him. So it doesn't matter. That's not my situation. But it's disrespectful. Some women don't know their worth. But do use this, she gonna do what she gotta do. Some women think, they married, they just have to do whatever.
I
I'm
think
not
they
judging
should
nobody. I just
support.
don't think it's smart.
I think
That's
that they
not putting you
support
first as a
women.
woman and as the woman in his life because I'm
What
here.
where's
But
that
what if
putting
she
you there,
genuine?
Molly?
And if you were
Go
still
ahead.
thinking about your wife, you should not have gotten
That's a
married.
duty.
Molly, where's
Go
that
finish
putting you?
grieving. Finish grieving when you get it out of your system, or maybe then get your tattoo and then go find a relationship. Some men
Who
just want
finishes
somebody to be
grieving?
there.
So
And
Molly,
and like
if I put a
she's
dead
suffering in silence. I bet you that. But
if
go
you
ahead.
had a dead person on me, do you think that person is above you?
If it was your wife and you didn't do it when she was alive, I'm gonna think something's weird about it.
You ain't answer my question. Do you think that she's above you because I have a
No,
tattoo?
I think I'm above her because I'm alive and I'm here and
Okay,
I'm your
then
wife now. So what you need her?
you
What
sound
do
like
you
an
need?
insecurity
What do you need her name on you for?
because that's my wife and she did it first and
She
she did
ain't
it
your
so
wife. She's not your wife. She's not here anymore.
she
I am.
was my wife.
So that would be my question.
She was my wife.
That's selfish. She was. So you should have give people their flowers when they're alive. Should have
He
showed
probably
all that love
did
them 22 years y'all were together. Don't wait until I'm in the picture and then I'm supposed to be supportive. But whatever.
I want to ask. I
Some
want.
women would do anything for a man and do anything to keep a man.
Now, if she walked in and he was beating a dick to some of that old porn, I get it.
Probably. Probably. And she gonna ask him, do you feel better now? She's gonna console him through it, rub his back, ask him, do he need some more time to finish looking at his pictures of his ex-wife? Ain't nobody got time for all that. Like, you want me or no?
You know they got a word for that. If
What's the
you
word?
masturbate to a dead person, it's called it make you a ghostbuster. Get it, ghostbuster.
What is it? It's a necromancer.
Oh, I love Carrie face right now.
That's a necromancer for real.
Carrie, would you have a problem with it, Carrie?
I think that the situation tells me that it would be difficult for me to be with a guy whose wife passed away, because I think that if you're gonna marry somebody whose wife has passed, whose spouse has passed, you're going to have to approach the situation differently than a regular situation. So I personally it would be hard for me to know where to place that, but I wouldn't feel like he's being disrespectful to me. I would just take it like this is something that he needs to do for himself. And I would ask myself, like, can I handle this?
But
Can I
he
be in
waited
this
until he
relationship?
got with you to do it though. That doesn't seem
Well,
weird.
it doesn't seem weird because I don't know what that's like. So maybe the fact that he has now met somebody that he's ready to take that step with, it's becoming more significant to him to do something to, I don't know, close things out with his wife that's passed to show her some level of respect. Because the fact is, if she didn't pass away, he'd still be married. He wouldn't even have been with the new woman. So I don't know what that translates into for a person because I'm not in that space. Like there's a guy that I follow on Instagram, and his wife passed away during birth. And he was raising his son for like a year. Then he met another girl, and he's now, I think he's married to her and they have a kid. But all along the way, he would like acknowledge his wife that's passed when during anniversaries and stuff. He would publicly put up videos, photos, and I asked myself the same thing, like, dag, how would I handle that? But when I looked at how his wife was responding, I'm like, she's a special kind of woman because she clearly understands how to support him through what he has felt for his wife and that grief and that pain. So maybe that's not for me, but I also don't think that he was being disrespectful to his current wife because of how he was handling his past wife. So
This is why I think women lose, because we will validate a man's emotions
Yeah,
and think about
necrophilia.
him and take all of his feelings into consideration. And a lot of them that would not do the same thing for us. I
I
don't think a
mean,
lot of women realize that. A lot of men ain't putting up with that,
well, here's
but
the
will
thing.
do
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Like, so that's why I'm just like, women are just, this is why we get suckered. But
Well, I
men
think
ain't
that it's
gonna be doing
important to
all of that.
leave.
Men
I
not gonna
think
be
it's
supporting them decisions like that. Men are gonna be sitting there letting you post your ex, even though you're a widow or whatever, every
well,
anniversary. Like, why don't we have that same self-respect that men have for themselves? Because a lot of them that wouldn't put up with that.
You're not a man, but
and I
And
don't.
then that's what I'm saying. And women are always so bitter and say, "Oh man, da 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 da." Well, stop putting up with stuff that they wouldn't put up with if it came to you.
you can't even say that because it's two different people that expect two different things.
No, 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 no. If the genders were reversed and that was a woman sitting there and the man was just sitting there nodding his head, champion behind her, this conversation will look so different.
Well,
Men don't
Molly,
love like women, and women need to wake up to that and stop putting up with
Wait a
things
minute.
that
You
a man
oh,
but
will
if
leave
they
them for or
hold,
hang
do
over their
oh,
head.
I
well,
think you might be
well,
wrong here, Molly.
but if that's the case,
How am
if
I
go ahead,
wrong?
Slim.
Yeah,
Every panel
because
we say that men and women aren't the
well,
same. We
whoa, whoa,
have
wait,
different
wait, wait, wait,
complete.
wait. You think Laura London is gonna stop doing things for Nipsey just because she get in a new relationship? I don't think she is. Cause she
Did she
ride,
get
she
did she
ride
get
for
into a
him. She ride for
relationship
him.
and then get his name
Wait,
tatted on
wait.
her?
She ride for Nipsey pretty tough. I don't think she's gonna stop doing
Is she in a
whatever she
relationship?
does. I don't think she is.
I think
Well,
she,
Okay, so why are we bringing her up?
but can I? Because this is
Because you
where I'm a
said
little bit.
women
This
ain't
is
gonna
where,
do stuff like that.
but this is where I'm
She's
a
I
not
little
in
mean,
a
you
bit
said
relationship.
because
men won't allow stuff like that.
and
but
like
It's probably why she's still
Molly,
single, because men know that she's still grieving over Nipsey. Who wants to deal with that?
women do it in a different way. Like she probably won't drop the dude last name of her first husband. Like they,
What?
yeah.
well,
She gonna
okay,
get married to you and still have her husband's name.
Nah, okay, that is extreme. I digress.
can I say something, please? So Molly, here's where I'm just a little bit confused though, because a lot of times you'll point out how men need to be more manly and women need to be more feminine, which to me says they need to be who they're supposed to be. Men are different than women and vice versa. So why are you saying if the shoe was on the other foot, the man wouldn't respond the same way? Maybe not,
Because we
but
are
so
so
therefore
compassionate and we're so thoughtful and we're
that's
so
unique to
nurturing and
us.
mothering as women that sometimes we do things that are against our best interests. We'll do things knowing deep down inside we don't agree with it. We'll be resentful. We won't say nothing. And then all of a sudden this man is wondering, why did we leave?
Molly, but I think that
But
this is a
women live in
I
denial,
think
so
well
You checkmated her, Carrie.
or we still are different. So maybe for you that would be living in denial. Maybe for you that would be disrespectful. Maybe for you that would be going along with something you don't agree with. But what if this woman is genuinely happy and okay with her decision? Like, what if the woman I told you about with the guy, she I mean, I don't know her, she genuinely looks happy. She looks like she's okay with her decision. Like, why can't you leave space for the fact that women might not all think like you would
some
on the situation?
exactly. And you don't ever hear me saying that I just can't stand men. I hate men because I understand not to be doing certain things, knowing that they're not going to be doing certain things. I don't know. We champion things that we know would not make us happy in the long run to what be supportive.
Well,
Like
we
I
don't
don't
that
get it. I think women are too like we have a biological impulse to be nurturing, but sometimes I think we give it to the wrong thing. I'm not about to nurture you through getting some other woman's name tatted on you when you had 22 years to do it. You're not gonna
but
stand
a part
behind
of
me if I
him
lost
getting
my
it, a
significant
part of
other and I'm like, babe, let me go get his name tatted on me. That would look crazy. But us women, we just supposed to be dumb and we supposed to just put up with whatever. Because yes, let's be supportive. Like, nah. That's just my
so
opinion though, you know.
that well yeah,
I'm not that
obviously
tolerant of
it's
certain
the
things.
I can tell. And maybe well, yeah, I could tell. I could tell.
My
But
man don't have tattoos. This ain't
our
my
women,
situation. I'm not bitter. I'm not
all
hurt.
women,
I'm not
well,
I can't relate.
but that might, some people might consider that weird, that as a woman you can't relate to another woman's compassion without it being negative. Like, to me that comes across like, why is it so hard for you to look at it from a positive perspective than making it all out to
Where's
be
that
a
tattoo of
bad
my
thing?
name? Where's my name at? If my
You're
name
not
gets tatted
dead.
first,
You're
that's
not
cool. I don't,
dead.
and I
And you
shouldn't
wouldn't
have to
even
be
be
dead for
here
him
if
to
my
get my
wife,
name
if
tatted
his,
though.
you wouldn't even be here if his wife wasn't dead. So, like,
Why do it
maybe
have to
you
take
should get
somebody
the
to be dead
tattoo.
though to
I'm
show
just kidding. But
appreciation?
Because that's how we work as humans sometimes. You
Who
have
who is we? Who is we?
people in
Because
general. People
I
in
sit
general. You
here
want to meet
every
somebody.
panel and see
Let's move
men
on.
clown men for things that if it was a woman, women are defending and saying we need to be more supportive. But when the shoe was on the other foot, these men is saying, no, I kick her to the curb. But
That
y'all
might be
got
the
it.
case, but in this
Y'all
particular
got
case,
it.
it's different
Y'all
when
want, and then
somebody
this is why
dies.
women wonder why it's so easy to get finessed, so easy to get
No,
cheated on and
no,
taken advantage of.
I don't wonder
somebody
that.
dies.
And this is not a situation of what a, no, I'm not up here saying what a woman should do. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna be with somebody who has a spouse that's passed, you gotta be a compassionate person. You gotta be a certain type of person. And it seems like he has found that. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's being disrespected. She's so stupid. She needs, I'm going to be like, well, thank God that he was able to find a woman who clearly works for his situation. And I just don't understand why it's so hard for you to give into that, as opposed to, this is why y'all get finessed. This is like, where is all of that
Because if that was my
coming
mother and I'm
from?
seeing her sit here and go with a man to go get another woman's name tatted, I'm gonna be like, my mom is super weak. I'm sorry. Just is what
It's
it is.
okay
It's
to feel
okay.
like that.
Some of us women are weak. Some of us women are weak over men. That's
As opposed to
how I guess we
strong,
were taught
as
that
opposed to
we were
strong.
supposed to be. You don't have to tolerate everything just because you're a woman. You don't have
How
to
does that mean
tolerate
that
going
she's
with your man to get
tolerating
a tattoo
everything?
of another woman. You don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to iron man's clothes so he can go cheat
Right.
with another
So if she
woman.
chooses, so if she's choosing, why won't you leave space for women to be able to make their own decisions soundly and be okay with it? What if she genuinely is choosing it and she is okay with her choice?
She clearly is, but my thing is, women, we're always okay with doing things that I don't feel like are necessarily in our best interest. We'll hold in some type of resentment or some type of grudge after a while. Like, I don't know. And then we do things for men that they wouldn't necessarily do for us. And we're so understanding to a fault. Like, I don't know how we sitting here on going viral because I'm going with you to go get this. Like, I don't care that she's dead. It's the principle. Why you ain't do it when she was alive and y'all were together?
For the same reason that you don't miss somebody that you haven't talked to in 2 or 3 years, but you know that they're still alive. When they die, it's different. You feel differently about it. You feel the gap.
I ain't getting nobody name tatted on me because they died. I'm not getting anybody's name tatted on me because they died. I'm not gonna get married to a man and say, hey babe, I need to go get my ex's name tatted on me because I miss him. I want to honor him.
Again, you're speaking from a
And
place.
then we think and then my man's just gonna be like, okay.
Well, we don't know what he would think. We don't know that because it's not a situation that you've
Any
been
man
in.
with self-respect not doing it though.
Why is honoring somebody equivalent to your self-respect? Those two things don't go together.
No, why you still
Why are
dwelling
you
in the
marrying me
past?
and you're not healed?
Yeah, why you still dwelling in the past? It's just
That's
the
not,
same
but
thing as the
that's not
closure.
dwelling.
That
That
is.
is dwelling.
That is
But
dwelling.
why are you?
You want
That's
a
dwelling in the
reminder, a
past.
permanent reminder, a permanent tattoo
Yeah,
that's
you
gonna
you
die with you as your
So if it
reminder.
was his mother, so if his mom passed and he got a
not the
tattoo of his
same
mom,
That's
thing.
not his
why?
mother.
Tell
This is
tell
the
me
woman
how
he
it's
was
not the
having
Not
same.
the
sex with.
Tell me
same.
how it's not. Tell
You
me
don't
That's
how
sleep
it's
with
not
your
the
not.
mama.
same.
Don't yell at me, Slimmy.
That's
How
not
is
the
that not?
same. I'm not
How is
yelling.
that not? How is that you did?
My
How is
voice
that?
is the same
How
as
is
yours.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it
How is that?
is.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is. I said that's not the
Wasn't.
same. It was more emphasis. I'm
Quentin,
not
did you
yelling at
check your
you.
decibels?
I'm not yelling at you. I just
Oh,
said
I
it's
got
not the
my
same.
check.
Don't get testy because you don't like that. You don't like what somebody challenging you.
I'm not testy.
You challenge people every
I'm not
show.
I'm not testy at all. I'm not testy at all. I'm just saying you didn't have to yell, but it's all good. I'll keep going. I'm just saying it's not necessarily different if somebody's significant if somebody's significant passed away, like somebody who you're married to, I don't know if they had kids, I don't know, like that is significant. And again, maybe you all should not marry somebody who lost someone. That's why I said the same thing. I don't know if I could be that type of person,
No, it's
but
not about.
somebody who lost someone is going
Are
to
you
be someone who
healed?
does not
Everybody
have
loses somebody, Carrie. Are you healed from it? If you're still in the grieving process, I don't think as a woman I should be taking on that task to help you
you
through this because this is out of my league. I can't,
but
like, this is something
in that
sometimes men need to handle things on their own.
well in
He looked for a woman because he needed a void filled. I don't even think he loves her. Like, come on.
wow,
You love a woman. You're not gonna say, come
y'all
with
are
me to go
just
get this
is y'all are
tattoo of my ex. I don't
very
care if she's
just
deceased.
apathetic, like period.
No,
I feel like
stop.
the world would be
You can't
happier
do
if they
stuff
were a
like
little
that
bit
because
more
somebody is
non-attached to
don't have the
something.
same sentiments as you.
Slimmy, that's I can say that because that's my
No, you
opinion.
can't because you don't
I
know that.
did.
You don't know
That's my
that.
Why are
opinion.
you
Yeah,
yelling
You
at her?
don't know that.
that's what you're showing.
No, that's
You're
not.
showing that. Yes,
No,
you
that's
are.
not. That's
Yes,
not,
you
I
Carrie.
are.
No, it's
I
not,
know
Carrie.
that I
That's
know
It's
what you're
that
not. It's
showing.
not. No, it's not.
any woman
Regardless of if you would do it or not, you guys are totally turning this into something like you just can't understand at all where she could just be
I
like she's
can't.
cool with it. She's
I can't.
okay with it. It
any
My
might
brain
not.
any
can't.
any chick that's gonna be around me or that's gonna be in my life, they're gonna have to acknowledge the goat. They're gonna have to acknowledge the unicorn. And so um I understand where everybody is coming from, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I just genuinely don't give a fuck about what nobody think. I'm gonna get a tattoo, and any chick that's gonna be with me or around me, she just gonna have to acknowledge the woman that I was with that ultimately played a huge role in who it is that I became today. And so,
Who's the
if my
goat?
one Rita,
He's talking about Rita.
Oh,
I'm looking at her right now.
just kidding.
And so, for me personally, um, I don't know. Maybe it's different for me because I don't give a fuck about what nobody be thinking. I just be doing whatever it is that I want to do. I do what I want to do now. I'm gonna do what I want to do. God forbid if anything was to ever happen to her. Um, yeah, absolutely, she can get tatted, and I'm tatted on her. And huh?
What happened?
I said I'm tatted on her. Like I'm on her, all over her, signature everywhere. And I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I just feel like any woman that got to come into my life, she gonna have to do some extraordinary shit in order to even be around me in the first place. You got big shoes to fill. You got high expectations of you, considering the person that didn't play the role in my life up to this point. So if you're gonna play a role in my life, you got big shoes to fill, and she absolutely can get tatted. And I'm gonna expect for my any new girl that come into my life to show same level of respect. She gonna have to acknowledge her.
So
My
if
turn. My turn.
if a woman comes
Been
into
yelling
your
for
life,
10 minutes.
so if
I understand where honestly, realistically, I understand where everybody is coming from. Molly is coming from the lens that she don't want to have to deal with certain things. Carrie similarly have the same perspective as Molly because Carrie said that it would take a special woman to be with a guy that's in that situation. And she doesn't know if she would be able to do it also. But Carrie is saying she's also considerate, but she can understand why somebody would do it. Kim is coming from the perspective that she would support it 100% and go with the guy to go and get it. I don't know what Ray's perspective is. So I understand it from every lens. And I'm also considerate at the fact that everybody got preferences and everybody got things that they could and couldn't deal with. I have no problem with that whatsoever. What I'm saying that is, and I've already admitted it, Rita will tell you, I am a lot to deal with. I am a whole lot to deal with. I have a lot of toxicity that I take out in a lot of beautiful ways. And it's a lot of things that come along with being with a person that's like me. There's other guys that are a lot more simple. They don't have as crazy of a life. I'm about to catch a solo flight tomorrow by myself, doing what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it. And my girl's very supportive and she gonna pack my bags when I go. So I am a different type of guy. I move differently. I do what the fuck I want to do, and I don't have the same lens or the perspectives that everybody has. So with that being said, I would probably get a tattoo if I wanted it when I'm with whoever it is that I'm with. And I don't give a fuck about whether or not she gonna say yes or no. I'm going to do it. And if you don't like it, then you just ain't gonna be with me.
so can a woman get a tattoo of her ex?
No.
Exactly.
Which is why I say that I understand it. But wait, this is why I say I understand it from everybody's perspective. Because Molly is right to an extent. Men and women are different. And I don't expect for it to be equal in every single way. Women are afforded a level of grace in a lot of other ways that men aren't afforded a level of grace. But no, I am very territorial and I am very possessive, but I'm expecting a woman to be with me to be very, very submissive and understand the direction that I'm taking her in, understanding that she's going to benefit as a result of being with me. So no, I don't want a partner. I want a chick that's going to be around me that moves according to my ways, and I'm going to set the precedent, and this is how we going. And so no, I don't look at it like, well, you can't do it if I do it. No, you can't do the same shit that I do. And I'm not going to ever tolerate you ever honoring another man. I understand that you may be grieving. I may understand that you may be going through some shit, but I'm also not going to be going with you to get a tattoo of another man on you because that's not what men do. So I get it. I get it from everybody's lens. I don't have any criticism for anybody that have preferences, but no, I'm not going to do it, or I'm not going to allow for her to do it. Or actually, I am. I would allow for her to do it. I'm just not going to be with her. However, I wouldn't be mad at a woman that said that I don't want to be with you because it will be a double standard when you're with me as a man. It has to be a double standard because I'm a man. So I don't know. That's how I see it.
I'm a part
And
of.
that's fair. Different strokes for different folks.
I'm a
But
part of the sympathetic crew.
mm-mm.
I'm understanding, but I wouldn't tolerate it myself.
I'm on the fence with it, honestly. I don't see anything wrong with them getting a tattoo, but I don't think another woman has to be present for that. Like that should be a moment for you, and then you go ahead and you get in a relationship with someone after the fact. I think it's just putting somebody in a weird position to ask somebody, "Hey, can you be with me while I go ahead and get this tattoo of my deceased wife?" It's just like if you're gonna do it. But I think it's kind of weird to ask someone to be present for that.
Okay,
I
I
don't
think that
think
shit is
that.
strange
I
overall.
think that women have rules for men that they settle for. I don't think it would be a big deal if that's the guy that you really want to be with. I think that you rolling.
I say, how bad you want to be with me? Because go ahead, do what you want to do. But me, I gotta let you be with somebody who can look at that every day, and that's okay.
I'm with it.
Perfectly okay.
I don't understand how people not getting closure before they get in other relationships, man.
I might not
Why do
ever
you
have
need
closure.
closure?
I'm still gonna be with you, and I'm
You
still
say
gonna
what,
fuck.
Molly?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know why people look for closure. Just move on.
I'm not ever look, and that's the thing that I don't understand. I'm not looking for closure. I liked my chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for closure at all. But if you want to be around me, you just gonna have to understand that this is the baggage that come along with it. I don't know why people like. I don't know. I just think that rules only apply for people that don't have that subject themselves to what other people think. I don't subject myself to rules, and I think that women is still will still go. I just that's just what it is. So I think that people settle for what they can get, and other people do what they want. I think that there's guys out there that would absolutely love on y'all and would bend the knee to y'all. I'm just not one of them.
Wait, I love weed as a dude. I thought that was a woman. What the fuck?
So, I mean, maybe y'all would do it. I don't know. Quentin never said what he would do.
No, he
I
said
did just say
he
what I
gonna
would
go.
do. I said I understand it, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't allow
You
it.
wouldn't get
But
a
I do.
tat
No. Would I get a tat of a woman?
of a hypothetically deceased spouse.
Would I do it? No. I'm
Why you
like
say you was in the
like
sympathetic crew then?
because I understand. Like you can understand stuff that you wouldn't do. Like there's a whole I'm really understand. There's a whole bunch of shit I understand that I don't condone or that I would do myself, but I understand it. Are you confused?
I don't understand how people in the chat say percentages, AD, odds, or whatever. The thing I'm always trying to figure out in a general sense, and maybe I'm going down a different path before I end the show and read the super chats, is how many women do y'all need? Like, if you find a chick that rock out with whatever yo quirks and whatever it is that you are, and she just let you like, what do y'all mean odds and stuff? Like, do you need all 4 billion women on the earth, or do you just need one or two or three that will rock out with whatever it is that you're rolling with? How many? I don't understand that part.
What are you asking again?
Because people are always saying like, well, it's not a whole lot of women that'll tolerate it. I'm not looking for a whole lot of them. I'm just looking for like the one or two that would tolerate it, right? So what I'm saying is, how many do y'all need? And the reason that I say that is because like every day I see a weird ass couple, right? And I'll be thinking to myself, like, it could be a guy that got purple hair and is shaved on one side, and it'll be a chick that just match him and whatever the fuck weirdness that she is. I went to the where was we at? We was at that space the other day, and I seen a black guy, and he's sitting there, and he got a snake on his fucking around his neck. He looked like Lil Yachty, and the chick, she pretty as hell, but she pregnant as fuck, and she got a tattoo under her eye, and she just weird as fuck, just like him. And I'll be thinking to myself, I wonder how they met. Like, how did they know that they was both weird at the same time? And so that then begs the question a lot of times that what are these odds that y'all playing? How many different people do you need that matches whatever it is that you're looking for? And why is it so difficult for most people to find what it is that they want? When I see people every single day that is outside that is matching each other, or they meet the expectations, or she weird and he weird, or he overly dominant and she's super submissive, or he's super beta and she's super dominant, but it works. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that there's a basic blueprint for what success looks like, but a lot of people are together, and I just be wondering, like, how do they know each other? And why are people always talking about all of these women that's the odds, and they got to go on 1,000 different dates to figure out what they want? I don't understand that shit.
Like when it comes to like weird people being together, like I know like relationships and like lasting and like holding something together is more than this, but like just the want to do something is a lot. You know, I just want you want to be with me, I want to be with you. Fuck all of this bullshit. Like just that want.
People just do it.
Well, those people find each other because they go to the same like weird conferences and bookstores and
So maybe everybody is just in the house that be complaining then.
I think most people don't know what they want, truthfully. I think they have an idea of it, but they're not completely solid on what it is that they want through and through. And on top of that, they're not sure about what they like, what negative traits they can tolerate in a person. Like everybody's always going for the, well, this is my ideal person, this is my perfect person, but no
do
one
you know what you won't tolerate until you in it? Because, like, for example, let's say, for example, somebody say, well, these are not my non-negotiables. And I'll be like, well, how do you know what your non-negotiable is until you already have started, until you with the person? Because I found that people change their non-negotiables depending on who they with. So like I'll give you an example. I think that the easiest way to do it is you out and about, you liking somebody, they like you back, y'all just fuck with each other, and y'all just going and you just start just doing shit. Is that simple to me? I don't know. I don't understand. Hey, you like me, I like you. Awesome.
Why they don't see it like that? A lot of people like to, especially today, they like to like build a bear, their perfect person, and they do that by dating, experience. And I've been told this, dating, experiencing different people so that they can one day find their perfect person because they've experienced so many different people and
You're
they get
never
to
gonna
determine
find a
what they
perfect person.
like and what they don't like. I
You'll
agree
never
with you, but
find that
that's what a
perfect
lot of
person.
people think.
So just fuck with them. Like just fuck with the person.
I agree because I find women. Of course, I have to mind this out over like time, but like generally, like within the first like couple of conversations, like all right, I know this is enough that it can go forward, and it's like a kind of can you sustain this? Is this who you really are? Is this your representative kind of person? But I think you're probably more about a person once it's over than you did at the beginning because they let all that shit out when shit hit the fan. But you got to get to that part. You have to like get to the bad part of like knowing the bad about somebody. Like, what does it look like when y'all fight? Like in the hard times, what does it look like? Type of thing. But ultimately, if I want to be with you and you want to be with me, like fuck all the dumb shit, and we're gonna make it rock. And I think people make it. I think it's more. I think people make it harder than it is.
I think so too. I genuinely think that people make it way harder than it is.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
What do you guys think about compatibility within a relationship? Do you guys think that it's built over time, or do you think that it just is when you meet that person?
Both.
I don't think that it matters. I think that we program ourselves to. I seen a woman the other day. She said, I was with this good guy. I was with him for 4 years. And I did a review video on it. She said she was with a good guy. She was with him for 4 years, and he was great, and he was a provider, and he took care of everything, and she didn't have to worry about nothing, and he never cheated and stuff like that. And she said she broke up with him because her love language is, I forgot what the fuck she said, words of affection or some shit like that, and that he wasn't willing to compromise and meet her halfway on always making sure that he came in and affirmed her or some shit like that. I was like, damn, you was willing to give up all of that because, and he was a good guy and you described him as great and all of this. You was willing to give up all of that because he wouldn't pay you more attention with his words. But the love language itself thing is something that somebody adopted into their relationship for them to then judge whether or not this person is meeting an expectation when they was just fine before they read the book. They didn't have any problems with the person before they read the book. Then they read the book and they're like, wait a minute, this is my love language. And so this is a requirement that I'm putting on you. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like
words for it.
Huh?
What if they did know, like they were like, something is off. I just don't know what it is. And they just didn't have the words for it. So they read the book and they're like, oh, okay, well, that's what happened. Like, how do we know that that's not what it was?
Because why was she with him for 4 years?
I mean, we all spend time in relationships we shouldn't still be in,
4 years?
Yep.
And she didn't break up with him because he cheated or he did something bad. She had created this thing in her head that she felt like she couldn't get over based off of stuff that was put into her. And I usually am able to identify quickly when somebody is being influenced by outside forces because they use terms and words that is popular on the internet to describe their relationship after they got out of it.
Agreed. Like narcissist.
So, I don't know. I just think that like you find somebody that you like, that you rock with, and you hold on to that shit. If it's nothing personally, if it's nothing that is egregious, if he not beating on you or something stupid like that, I just don't understand why people just be like jumping from person to person. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, I was
anybody though. Is that what you're saying? That anybody can be with anybody, like nothing else matters? Yes. You just pick a person at random and you can make it work?
Absolutely. Because if it wasn't possible, then arranged marriages wouldn't be more successful than when people pick for themselves.
Facts.
I think a lot of that
is people learn to love each other. And they last they're way more successful than when people think they're compatible with somebody and they choose for themselves. Often at times those relationships fail, but the ones where people are arranged, they wind up becoming 10 times more successful and they learn to love each other just by spending a lot of time with each other.
Yeah. Now, while I think you can learn to love somebody, I think in cultures where there's arranged marriages, there's just a higher, a greater respect for the family unit, and there's just cultural differences that keep them together. I don't think it's necessarily, that they're pleased with this marriage. It's just this is the cultural norm, so they go with it. But I do think that you can learn to love somebody, and I also think that sometimes outside forces are able to see what's good for you or who you would be compatible with better than you can see yourself.
But so compatibility is based off of preferences that's developed over time that's also influenced by what you see, experience, and culture. So we change our compatibility based off of whatever it is that we feel at that particular moment. It's like success, right? Choosing to be happy is literally it's something that's intentional. It's not something that you need somebody else to give you, because it reminds me of money, right? There's people that get money that will never be happy because no amount of money is going to satisfy that yearning within themselves or the development of character that would allow for them to feel happy no matter what. It's like people that get into relationships. I always say that whenever you get into a relationship, you have to be happy by yourself. You have to be a happy person because nobody can come into the relationship and fix you based off of compatibility. You just going to become interdependent on that person to make you feel good, and they're never going to satisfy that thirst. It's a reason why people never get satisfied no matter how much they eat. It's a reason why people never get satisfied and they're never happy no matter how much money that they have. It's a reason why people never get satisfied with no matter how much sex that they have. It's because it's something wrong within them, and it has nothing to do with the person that they with. So you have to find that happiness, and that's why I even tell Rita a lot of times, I say, listen, and I've always said this, I'm going to spend 98, 99% of my time on the thing that I like about you. I don't give a fuck about the thing that I don't like about you. I'll spend a 1 to 2% of the time on that. I'm not caring about that. I don't care about all of this extra stuff. I care about the thing that I like the most about you, and that's the shit that I'm going to focus on. So people can choose to be happy. People look at and they're influenced by outside things, and that's what tells them how they're supposed to treat the person that's in a relationship. Think about it. Most women don't even start to become unhappy until they start talking to their homegirl about their situation that they facing with the person that they with.
I read this in a book, and I say it all the time. Like, I don't like happiness isn't like it's not constant. It's something that like comes and goes. So if that's what you're forever chasing in a relationship, it's probably not going to work.
I am a very happy person no matter what state that I'm in. I'm happy when I get disappointed because I'm excited about feeling disappointed because I know that that's a human emotion. I choose to be happy every day. I choose.
But you're not. But you're not happy every day. You're not happy. You're not sad. You're just like there.
No, I'm excited about what I'm about to experience. I am. I'm excited. Every day I wake up, I'll be thinking to myself, man, this day gonna be fucking crazy. And I'm excited about the emotions that I'm gonna feel from the things that I deal with on a daily basis. I'm gonna be
being excited doesn't happy and excited.
I'm happy about the fact that I'm alive, and so I enjoy life and everything that comes with it. I know that that's just a part of being human. And at the end of the night, when I go to bed at night, I'm like, man, that was a fucking great day. That was an awesome stream. These are awesome people that I'm around. I'll be excited about life every day. And I'll be over dramatic.
Well,
and then I come in. Let me tell you how over dramatic I am. I'll be over dramatic. I get off and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then Rita plays right into the role and she says, oh my God, I know what you need. You need some box. And I say, oh my God, no, I don't want any. I just want to go to sleep. And she says, come here, you need this box. And so she give me some box and I'll be like, all right, I'm feeling good now. And that's the game that I play. Like, I am a very overly dramatic person. And like, she just gave me a lecture when y'all was talking. Anton, I'm not going to chase you tonight. You got to make sure that you get the box. I said, okay, you know what? I don't want any. I'm tired. And she says, you got to get it. Honest to God, is that not just the conversation that we just had? Thank you. Like, I'm very toxic.
We know. We know.
I'm very toxic. And I'm going to go upstairs. And I'm gonna go upstairs fully clothed on purpose. Why do you got your clothes on? Because you know what? I'm not. And then she's gonna fight me for the next 10 minutes to take my stuff off, and then I'm gonna get some box, and then I'm gonna fall asleep. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did it.
And that's why I'm taking Rita on vacation.
She's laughing right now.
I'm ready. Let's get it. She know we've been talking about it. We're going.
But no, I'm not role playing. Like, I really believe it in my mind that you know what? I'm good tonight. And then if she'd be like, oh, okay, well, not a big deal. About 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, depending on what day of the week it is, I'm be like, oh, come here for a minute.
Dear Christ. I think I am. I'm currently abstaining from sex until I meet the one. Is it abstain or celibate? No, it's abstain.
Until you meet the.
So that means the current one is not the one.
I don't have a current
You
one.
meet the one that what?
Oh,
Didn't he say this before?
I haven't had sex since the last one, and I think
wasn't
I'm
that
gonna.
like a few weeks ago?
Last one?
Sorry.
No, Gary. And I'm gonna abstain. I'm not having sex anymore until I meet my wife.
God.
We
know
Until
that's a
You're gonna abstain until the next time, huh?
That's
Until
what
I
I
get-
think he
until
said
I-
this before.
It's
It's not
like
your first time saying that.
I've never said this before. I'm not gonna have sex again until I get married.
Yeah, she sounds so crazy. Rita looking at me like this nigga lying. All right, let me read these super chats so we can get up out of here. Might as well start with that one first. Have you ever considered writing an autobiography? Is that, I'm guessing that's to me? No, I haven't. Because I just consider my life and me being on the internet deep autobiography. So JC said Molly would cheat for the right price. She's giving stripper vibes. I'm not even on the internet to entertain that. Fat Glee says Slimmy dressed like he smoked crack through his fist. What?
How does that work?
I don't even know what that means. Kirsten says she's gonna be cheating on him the whole marriage. My gosh. Lola Bunny says simpiest simp ever. They all referring to the person that was taking her over for closure. Mont says closure is nice, but make sure you get that ish before you meet me, baby. Ismail says don't marry that woman. You'll be a divorce in a year. Game Wise DJ said the simpism in full effect. Hashtag simp festival. Mont says Molly can do what she want. Ain't no rules. Tyrant the Tyrant says closure for what? For what could have been? That dude is a certified grade A sucker. High Tolerance says the crazy thing, the simp thought it was a flex, step crash dummy activities. Ismail says I agree with Slimmy. That guy isn't the first choice. Kirsten says the guy who she hugged and needed closure from said some funny stuff, I think, like, K, now go. He did say some funny joke. Faith M says, Quentin, did you let your old girl that got skeeted on get closure before you took her back? Kaladu says, a Simpinator 3 Rise of the Simps. Lola Bunny says, it's giving me let me hold your hair, babe, while you give him that Hawk Tour thing. Oh, that's crazy. Mont says, finna go into a ruleless, boundaryless marriage. Tianta Cunningham says he should have hugged him too and said, thank you for letting me have her, sir, then promised to let her visit on the weekends for some tender healing. Low Camp says closure is a fallacy rooted in the pride of what if 5 years in a marriage she will be over there getting rope shot on her face and still have enough time to make it to Bible study with his ass. Anton is trolling, says Kirsten. Tyrant the Tyrant says she's going to be getting her spine adjusted. He's going to be videotaping it. Mont says closure is real. It's like not knowing what happened in your child's mystery death. With some things, our souls just don't sleep until we know the truth. Angry Snowman 2 says this is shit that makes me not want to be white. I hope she give dude the HIV. The HIV has to be Canadian. No, you don't want to wish that on nobody. Ismail says he should have left when she got out of the car. Muslim Maid says loose ends. He should have never took her over there. Then coming back crying. You walk. I didn't know red flags could cry. Cash says closure. Come on inside, baby. Come get some meat. Lola Bunny says return to the simp. Chronicles of a salvage hoe. Muslim Maid says you can't agree. You can't agree and say but. Mott says these bulls be proposing in 6 months and think that it's some romantic flex when it's just stupidity and reality. Mr. Robinson says Anton think he's slick. He only understands this in the positions of he's the ex that she needs closure from because he was that dude He was that dude, but not the boyfriend driving her over there to him. Am I wrong? I understand it from the perspective of the ex. Mont says most white boys stay soft. This ain't gonna open his eyes. Tyron the Tyrant says this is Jada crying to Tupac because she going to marry Will. Mr. Robinson says, wait, 2K, you kept a bunch of panties. Was it washed and did it still have that mildew banana smell? $10 on gas, so he had to smash Miss Crunchy, says Cash Howard. Lola Bunny says closure is an illusion. When people pass away, you don't always get closure from them. You learn to be at peace without it or find closure from within. That's true. I agree with that. Tianta says, don't call us broken. We over here trying to heal. Martin Deja says, I got Slimmy and Q getting cheated on. I'm sorry. Martin Deja says, Molly looked like a financial cheater. Martin Deja says, Ray got to sell her next man a virgin story. Y'all better leave her alone trying to mess up her bag. Low Camp says, Molly like Jordans? Oh, let's go. We're going to make sure this is a defining moment package. Yashua says, my boy Slimmy probably walked like a giraffe on a modeling runway. Just playing, Slimmy. Mont says, hold on. The ladies can't say ish about this. Ain't no rules in relationships. And Q, I caught that rememberation word too. Tyron the Tyrant says, a rememberation is what he said, Q. Mont says, Kim understood Kim, but he will survive without that tat. Jerry says he should have done that before he got with the new woman. Doing it while he was beginning a new relationship or beginning a relationship with someone else is a test, as a test is disrespectful. Mom says, wait, Molly, so you saying you have a rule that your man can't get a tattoo of his ex-wife? Okay, I'm done. Mom also says, never date a woman who last nigga died before he got the chance to cheat on her. You will never be able to compete with that ghost. Oh, Jesus. AD, you know, Molly is a feminist on a low ski, right? First Prime One says, I think Carrie and Molly right, but Molly, quick question. If a daughter's stepdad died, but her real dad is alive, but got the stepdad's name tatted on her, but not her actual dad, what then? Dondre says, I'm with Molly while praise me after I'm dead. Muslim May said it's a difference when someone used to F you. Shout out to James Curry. I appreciate you. Mr. Travolta says most women don't have a sense of duty and will leave when they are unhappy. It's a strange phenomenon. Most men have a sense of duty, so they stick things out. Appreciate y'all. Anybody got any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Which one of those was the icebreaker?
The icebreaker was supposed to be the closure one. The man taking a woman over there for closure. Then we started getting into the whole race police thing and all of that other stuff. So it was a good show. Good show. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
It's a short life. Love your neighbor. Give them hugs and kisses, forehead kisses.
That's the real suspect. You can't just be giving out forehead kisses willy-nilly.
Kim,
AIDS on people's foreheads.
You increased your cuteness tonight. What's going on?
She didn't wear no makeup.
What's happening?
I mean, I did wash my hair. Maybe that counts. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Maybe you can see more of my face.
It might be that tattoo conversation. I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.
Bye.